What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Viall Files Reality Recap Edition. I am your host, Nick, joined by the household. It's Sports Day here at the Viall Files household. Justin's grand idea was for us to dress up.
I think people will dress up with us.
Is anyone out there?
I think they will.
Do you think they wake up dressing like us?
I think they're going to go to their night shift at the nurse office.
At the nurse office?
The hospital. Under their scrubs, they're going to have their sports team shirt under.
I think he's talking about you.
The nurse office.
Where'd you come up with the nurses?
I forgot. They go everywhere.
They have you.
There's nurses everywhere.
You do have the eye paint. I respect that. You didn't offer any eye paint to me, though.
I was told I'm giving WeHo gay. So
by who?
Sierra.
Are you allowed to say that?
Okay, yes. And two, that's not how I said it. I literally said the jersey. I said, it kind of gives that you found that in WeHo. And then, I don't know, apparently I'm being accused of calling you a WeHo gay.
Oh, no, see, Justin sounds like Bryn now.
Yeah, I guess we're going to twist my words. Am I Aaron?
I'm telling the truth.
You take a little crumble of a story.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, she's like, she said I fucked for money.
Yeah, literally. I'm like hot in the face. I was like, also, is that an insult?
And guess what? You guys are talking about us. So
Exactly.
No kidding.
Exactly.
Mary is wearing a shirt that says sports.
Sports.
And what is that you're wearing?
Sports.
How dare you say it like that? It's Disney sports jersey. Because do you think I own something that has a sports team on it?
Same.
Really?
Literally same.
But look,
Justin.
Established.
It's got numbers on the back.
It does have a number on
I've
it.
got
Okay.
the stripes.
It does have a number on it.
It looks like a jersey.
Okay.
Justin's doing WeHo gay. You could have done something.
Honey, I don't.
She's doing Disney adult.
Thank you.
There you go.
I'm
Good
on a
point.
league of my own, okay?
Yeah, she's giving child trauma.
Beck and Boyd sent the beautiful shirt that Mary's wearing.
Beck and Boyd.
All right, shout out to Beck and
Thanks,
Boyd.
girls. Or people.
Gender neutral, I guess.
Yeah,
Okay.
do we know if Beck and
Okay, I mean girls pejoratively.
Thanks, queens.
Yeah.
Queens,
Everyone's a queen.
whoever?
Yeah.
thanks,
Everyone's a
queens.
queen.
Natalie is wearing, it's a kind of a little sad, my old Aaron Jones jersey, who now plays for the Minnesota Vikings, who recently just beat the Packers.
If you hated it, why wasn't it in the Goodwill pile?
Because I still love, I'm not going to get rid of it.
Okay.
You know,
I can't rep.
it's just a little painful right now.
Fresh.
Yeah.
What did you want me to wear?
You look great. Oh, question for you. The Abercrombie and Fitch Packers t-shirt that's on our kitchen table, is that my birthday present, or is that?
No, that was whenever I was sitting in front of you and I said, Abercrombie launched an NFL line. Look at the Packer stuff. Do you want something? And you said, oh, yeah, that's a cool t-shirt. Can I have it in large and extra large? And I was like, you want 2 sizes of the same t-shirt? And you were like, that's probably crazy. Yeah, just a large. And I was like, okay.
I remember that.
Okay. Yeah, that's what that conversation was.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
so is that mine?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Thank you. Very generous.
I asked you if you wanted it, and you said, yes, I
Okay.
do. I want it in large. And I said, okay.
When do my birthday presents show up?
Do you want me to go on the emails and look at the tracking?
No.
I think the one that
It sounds like he just wants to see a confirmation.
it sounds like he wants to see confirmation too. Order update, vintage blank 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 has been shipped, and its estimated delivery is today.
Oh.
All right. Well, today got even more exciting, and it's exciting for you because we got a jam-packed episode lined up for you. We got country music star Nate Smith joining us later this episode. Nate is going to go over vibes versus stats with us. I don't even know if Nate Smith watches football, so I don't know if he's going to be on my team or your team, but I thought it'd be fun. If you're not familiar with Nate Smith, he has an incredible story. Many of you already know and follow and love his music, but this is a man who went to be a country singer, I don't know how many years ago, long time ago, had a modest success, moved back home to California, gave it all up, house burnt down. Now he's doing fucking collabs with Avril Lavigne. He's crushing life. He's got great music. Anyways, we're excited to talk to him. He's got new music out today. Also, we have Tyler from Love is Blind joining us as well. One of the fan favorites in the early episodes. We are going to cover episodes 1 through 3. I know many of you have binged right through the first 6 episodes, but obviously we have a lot of shows to cover. What is going on in household headlines? And then we have RHONY. Obviously, also programming note. I know many of you probably expected us to talk about Salt Lake City today. With RHONY coming out, we're trying to give everybody everything that they want. So we didn't get a chance to see the screener Salt Lake City. So we're going to cover Salt Lake City on Tuesday of Reality Recap, along with OC and some other stuff, and Love is Blind. So today is RHONY, Golden Bachelorette, Love is Blind, and some Nate Smith. All right, household headlines. What do you got?
So have you seen that video of Paris Hilton where basically she's on her boat, her son is walking on the edge of the boat. You can see the water kind of like moving on the side of it, and the baby's kind of stumbling. So basically people are like, there's no life jacket on this baby. This is not safe.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I think people just need to back the fuck up. It's clearly an adult was filming this child.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a yacht. It's a big fucking boat. I don't know.
I understand that people just sometimes, I feel like, are the subjects of these types of conversations, but I feel like it's no matter what Paris Hilton does, like everybody just wants to mom shame her in any way, shape, or form. It's a car seat, it's a this, and I'm like, I haven't even heard about this, let alone why is this headline news?
It's like when Britney Spears like got in so much trouble like way back when she had like her son like on her lap when she was driving one time.
yeah.
But she was trying to get away from paparazzi.
Yeah.
And
But
full
it's like,
context. But I'm like, she's
who
a
cares?
bajillionaire that's on a yacht, clearly not concerned about the baby's well-being if they're following it around filming
Yeah,
it.
but people are watching this video like they watch reality TV, in the sense that, like, I remember on the season I was on Nanny season, and they're like, hey, do you want to go see her? You know, like, and so I snuck out, quote unquote, and asked for her room number and went to her door, and like, a cameraman's following me because it's a reality TV show. But people are watching it being like, holy shit, I can't believe they just gave Nick her room number. That's so fucking crazy and dangerous. And it's like, an adult is following this fucking kid, filming this kid, clearly watching this fucking kid, and everyone else is like a fucking boat captain.
I thought you were going to say that an adult was following you.
No, well, yeah, adult was, but I'm saying, like we watch reality TV as if it's not a TV show, and like these characters are just kind of living out in the wild, and we just somehow have the ability to like have be a fly on the wall. Just happen to see this shit, and we're watching this video of this kid walking on this yacht as if like no one's watching the kid. I'm like, there's literally an adult filming this kid.
I'm not in the business of mom shaming. I have been on the receiving end, so I'm not interested in giving it to anyone. With that being said, the video that's posted shows water close by.
Sure.
It shows water moving fast.
We've been around our daughter around water moving fast. I don't know. She's been in good hands.
This is an ocean. I mean, this is like a little different than like
a lake.
A lake. This is an ocean with waves, with that she can get swept. The baby can get swept. I mean, I cannot.
Mom shame butt?
I can't see the video. I don't know. Like, is the yacht like 20 feet above water, or is the yacht right on the water?
Exactly.
In the video, it looks like there's water right there.
Well, that's kind of my point. It's like we don't really know the context.
To me, it looks like a sailboat.
It's just a very large catamaran, is what it.
I'm gonna go ahead and assume, and maybe I'm making a mistake, that Paris Hilton loves her kids and is doing a good job taking care of her kids. And maybe we don't know the full context of this video, to Nally's point. Like, where was it at sea? How fast was it going? Certainly there's water in the video. But I just think, I think people just could just back the fuck off and maybe not make a ton of assumptions. I don't know. I just don't think it's as bad as people are trying to make it out to be. People are acting like this kid's walking around on a dock by itself. But whatever.
Question for Natalie. Do you like Crumbl cookie?
Love Crumbl cookies. It was at our wedding.
Was that your wedding?
It was the dessert of at our wedding.
Was your wedding
mini cookies?
Was it in Sydney, Australia?
No,
it was not. I've never been. It was in Savannah, Georgia.
Well, did you see that there was a Crumbl cookie scam that happened in Sydney, Australia?
This is crazy.
It's crazy. Do you want to go in and describe it?
Yes. So these like fans of Crumbl cookie flew to America from Australia and bought 700 cookies, flew back to Australia and opened a pop-up. And we're selling these cookies. In America, they're like almost $5 a cookie, and they're big cookies.
Yeah.
They were selling them for like $17 in Australia. They have a long ass line. Like, they have hyped this up. People are getting the cookies. They're making reviews being like, they're stale, they're like not good, they're hard. And if anyone knows anything about Crumbl, they're like known for being like warm, gooey, like soft, amazing cookies.
They're overrated. But anyways.
I agree.
Well, the people of Australia were pissed, and
the entire continent.
They're pissed, and people are like, we're responding because they're like going viral on TikTok. They're like, it's Instagram takeover. Like, they're popping off, and people are starting to comment, and be like, are you affiliated with Crumbl cookies? They're like, nope, we're just fans and we just had them imported from Crumbl USA. And it's like, this
Was
is illegal.
Ariana's brother here part of this little
Oh,
scam?
maybe.
I don't know. I doubt he was bringing cookies. And people are like, are you like, this is illegal, right? And they're like, what's illegal? We're just fans who imported cookies from USA.
And it's because they
How old are they? And do they sound like that?
probably.
my
I
head,
think they
do.
sounded Australian.
Probably.
Can we get an
Yeah,
Austra-
probably do
you
have
can
an
do an-
Australian
Can we get an Australian
I don't
accent?
think I can do Australian.
feel-
Australian's
I
hard.
think you can try.
Just give a nar.
Nar. I can't.
Nor, we're
I
not
Nar,
affiliated. I can't
Nar.
do Australian.
No,
I mean, the thing about the story was that the people that did the alleged like pop up, they started social media accounts called like Crumbl Syndey.
Yeah,
So it's like they created the facade of like this is official.
it being real.
What does Crumbl have to say about this?
They were just like, this is not us. We're not
That's
affiliated
it?
with
They've
this.
just been like, not us? They haven't
like
sued or taken
sure-
legal action? Or?
I mean, the accounts have been removed, so I'm sure they like had some part in that too.
But it's just like, how stupid can you be to just be like,
What's 700 times $15?
$11,900.
11,000. All right,
Damn.
so let's assume they
Okay.
sold the cookies for $20, paid $5. They're making a profit of 15. How much is a plane ticket, a coach ticket from LA to Australia?
Like-
with checked luggage?
900 round trip, probably, right?
900.
They had to have
More or less.
shipped the cookies, right? There's no way
They
they
had
got,
to.
they flew 700 cookies on there.
You think they shipped the cookies? I think they
I thought
put
they
them-
went there and went and got
Yes,
Put a
they
full
went there.
suitcase?
Okay.
Can
Yes.
you cross the border with like perishables?
That's what right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although
That
that's,
would
that is,
stop
that's an
it.
interesting
Customs.
rule. Well, not in Australia. Australia's got some fucking hardcore. When you
Customs
fly
laws.
into New Zealand and Australia, they are just like, do you got food? Do you got anything?
Throw it
Like,
away.
just be honest, because we're not going to let you the fuck in. And if we catch you with fucking food, you're done.
Yeah.
I'm even
That's
more
a slight
impressed.
exaggeration. You're more impressed.
Well, because I feel like this is not their only scam. Like if they're going through all that work, they have other
They
things
know.
in the
They've
works,
been working.
and maybe there's a really big scam going, right? And Crumbl is kind of like the front man for it, right?
Oh,
and
you think maybe
so-
Frontman has tried to get in?
they're
to
the
board?
they're the mattress firm.
Yes, they're instead of money
no.
laundering, their cookies crumbling.
Their
Is
cookie
the
is
new-
crumbling.
Their cookie is crumbling, and they have other things
and they're
going
shaking
on.
in their boots.
Yes.
No, the fact that they're responding to all these comments being like, what? We just imported them from Crumbl USA. It's like
These
imported them from Crumbl USA.
Yeah.
Like you're like,
You smuggled.
you worked with them. Like you were like, hey, Crumbl, like let's partner and like you send us the crazy.
Question. If River did something like this at 17 years old,
She's giving scam.
Entrepreneur.
I actually would be thinking, I would be slightly proud. Well, if they're just kind of dumb young people who just thought this was a really cool idea, like there's a world where people think this is okay. Like who just don't know better. Who thought, we went and bought the cookies, we brought the cookies, we sold the cookies. What did we do wrong?
It's like the what?
We said it were Crumbl. Like what? We
They were.
We popped it up. Like
Kim
what?
Kardashian
Tell me what we
said,
did wrong.
Get your ass up and work.
Yeah.
And they did.
It's like the Chase Bank scam. Wasn't it Chase
Oh,
Bank
yeah?
or whatever where they're like, we can get money.
Free
if you,
money.
like
Just put my information in and
But
rob the
isn't
bank.
this isn't fraud. This is stupidity.
Isn't it kind of
I
fraud?
think
'Cause
it's
they're
kind
probably
of
legal.
wrong.
Well, it's definitely
they're impersonating a business and profiting off of impersonating a business.
I understand it's not allowed, and I understand Crumbl has every right to be upset because it's their likeness and their brand, and they're selling cookies at the quality that's not of Crumbl's standard. But other than being a few days old and slightly stale, it didn't seem they had the intent of scamming people. They just had the
They
intent.
made an Instagram called Crumbl Sydney.
They're in Sydney selling Crumbl cookies. I don't
They
understand.
used-
They used.
Where's the lie?
Yeah,
Like,
I don't see a lie.
But they used the same, the same images, the same like
again,
marketing.
Stupid. Definitely need to go to some sort of business law school. They have a lot to learn about what they can and cannot do in business. But I'm just saying their intent wasn't to. It's not the same as the Bridgerton fucking.
Oh, that scam.
That's
Yeah.
where they're like. There's a difference between deliberately ripping people off and like being stupid.
I will say though, if they are organized scammers, then it was really smart because the difficulty of being able to sue overseas, like the process is so exhausting. So
Ooh.
even then, it's not like here, if a group of teens did that here, the organization could definitely sue them
Do we know
easily.
Do we know how old these people are?
it's hard to track them down because the accounts like don't exist.
Yeah.
So it's like
They're like 45.
They're
Were there
not-
no pictures of these people? Who
No.
was serving? Who was running the lemonade stand?
Their
Like,
entire posters just like pixelated, like voice memo, like being like, "Come to get your Crumbl cookies at the Papa."
You want Crumbl cookies? Bring $15 and
I'm just
no
like
phone.
Crumble's not worth it. First of all, in
well,
my
that's a
opinion.
whole nother discussion.
Okay, but
Yeah.
if you're in Australia, how do you know that?
Valid.
Yeah, you
valid.
just see the
Na-
hype around it.
Natalie, I mean, I remember my first Crumbl cookie because Natalie lost her shit. She's like, holy fucking shit, there's a Crumbl cookie here. It was like she moved to LA. She's like, I moved for this guy. There's nothing here. There's nothing in LA for me. And then a Crumbl cookie popped up and she was just so excited.
Happy to be here.
That's so true.
And then I ate one.
No, literally no. I agree.
I was like, this is my childhood. Not childhood, but I do remember
It was like, yeah,
Like-
clearly your mom never baked you cookies.
Oh.
she was busy working a job for her 4 children. No, but my sister was like, the first time I ever had it, my sister was like, I want to buy a franchise and open one in Georgia, like near our town. And I was like, oh my God, like, let's do it together. Like, we were all in this like business of opening up a Crumbl. And then when we went to go do it, they were like, we actually already have someone putting one in the location you want to put
Oh,
one. And we were like, oh. And so then we were like, gave up on the dream. And then I moved here and then saw that there was one like 0.3 miles away from my house and they could deliver it to my house. And I was like, this is what dreams are made of.
Every time that I've had a Crumbl cookie, it's like raw, and like upsets my stomach.
Raw.
And I've had it twice, and I was like, you know what? That's enough to be like food poisoning.
Maybe you just have a sensitive belly.
He does.
I
Yeah.
don't.
Are you a hot girl with IBS?
I'm
Yeah,
not anymore. Fix that.
Period. He's
To me, Crumbl cookies right up there with Cold Stone Creamery. It's just like, this isn't,
Yeah.
It's
I-
like, this
okay,
isn't
I'm not in the
enough.
I'm not in the business of mom shaming or Crumbl cookie shaming.
All right,
Yeah,
all right.
they were at our wedding.
Yeah,
we,
no.
we paid for them. They
Yeah,
were at
yeah,
our
yeah,
wedding.
Yeah. It
They're
was
cute.
You know, because you wanted them, and I love you.
Well, Nick wanted to have his mom bake. Fucking
No,
how
that-
many? You were like, Mom, could you bake the cookies at our wedding? And she was like, well, I don't know how I would do that in a hotel.
That's not true. Is that true?
Yes.
Did I say that?
Yes. And then you're like, what if we get them from the public market in
That-
Milwaukee?
Yeah.
And we were like, but then they would still have, someone would have to transport them. and
It'd be
they
a little
would
stale.
little stale.
Anyways, I
So-
hope that people enjoyed the Crumbl cookie at our wedding.
Have you had Tim Tams?
No.
See, Australians have Tim Tams, which is like a little cookie
Yeah.
biscuit. Those are good. So I'm
They're
like, y'all
pretty
don't need
tasty.
Crumbl.
No, somebody should do the Australians that are mad about the Crumbl cookie thing should just do a Tim Tam thing here.
In the US.
Yes, revenge.
What's that?
They're just like a cookie, like a chocolate, like biscuit,
Yeah,
kind of like stacked cookie. But it's like their version of like an Oreo.
they're like fine.
Go to the grocery
But it's
store,
fun
buy
because they're
yourself a
Australian.
package of semi-sweet Nestle chocolate chips.
Tim
Read the
Tams.
instructions and have better cookies than
Oh,
Tim
those
Tams.
actually look good.
Tim
pretty
Tams are so
tasty.
good. They're not
they look
easy
good.
to
Is
get
that-
in the US.
Is
Yeah.
that caramel on the
I've
inside?
literally never heard of
Some of
them.
them
Yeah.
probably.
Yum.
Tim Tams. Tim Tams.
Yeah.
Tim Tams. That's what I'm
Anyways,
saying.
wait. So the Bridgerton Ball scam.
What is
Have you guys
this?
been seeing videos of this?
No, what is this?
Well, do you, for context, and this is separate, but do you remember like the Willy Wonka experience? That was a scam
The unknown.
where like families bought tickets to this like AI generated poster that was like a big Wonka experience. They showed up and it was like black backdrops, weird actors,
A
like
busted
weird
down warehouse.
decorations.
It's like
no
a girl in
AC.
a miserable woman in a green wig.
Yeah.
Where was
Alone.
this?
The Wonka one was in Europe somewhere.
Okay.
So there was a Bridgerton scam that happened in Detroit, and basically we know that they have Bridgerton balls like around the country for the show.
Based off
where
the show.
people dress to the nines and like
Mhm.
dresses, and then they have like a dress competition, like food, a whole like music
Wow.
experience.
Sounds fun.
People paid $200 to $1,400 AUD per ticket for raw food, not enough seating, cheap photo booths with unironed backdrops, and basically no dress competition and a conference hall.
They just went to prom.
They went to prom essentially in a conference hall, but
yeah.
for money and
So
raw food.
someone
So these are real things. This is a
Yeah.
real event, and
Yes.
someone.
hosted it.
So is this a
It's giving Fire Festival.
yeah, it is giving
Yeah.
Fire Festival, but is this technically a scam? Because they did throw the thing.
It just wasn't with the same budget that the real one has.
I think when
Yeah.
you're getting served raw food,
Yeah.
It was
there was raw food, and then like even the dress competition didn't actually happen. So
Not
it's
the dress
like,
competition.
but that's the whole point of the Bridgerton balls is like
Yeah.
someone wins and then gets like served
who put
And-
on
in the
this
center.
event?
Shonda Rhimes. I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say, if you see the ones that happen here, they're like in downtown LA. They're like gorgeous. Like it's like
Gorgeous.
straight out of a fairy tale. Everybody's very much dressed to the nines. This, they didn't even want to throw up a streamer.
Why aren't you dressed to the 10s? Why is it just to the 9s?
It's a good question.
Ooh.
What's the origin of that? Also, does like the Crumbl cookie situation, like is Bridgerton like the IP, the intellectual property? Like, can I throw a Bridgerton party and charge money?
If you spell it differently.
Is
Do
that
they spell it
No, do you
differently?
need
No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
But
do you need clearance for a trademark, right? We would, right?
I would assume. I mean, I'm not a trademark lawyer, but
Well, 'cause
like
even like a high school production of Chicago or whatever, they need to get that cleared to be able to put it on.
Mhm.
yeah?
it depends on
Yeah,
the
we do.
scale
Yeah.
too.
Well, I
Yeah.
think a lot has to do with like we could throw a Bridgerton ball, but the moment again not a lawyer, but the moment we start charging money to have, let's say, listeners of the household
So would you say that?
come, that I feel like that's where you'd be crossing the line in terms of profiting off
But what
their
about
IP.
Crumbl cookies and selling them?
Like, yeah, again, we've covered
But I also
that
think
it's illegal, but it's not a scam.
I do know there's also a threshold of like if it's for educational purposes, you can
Yeah.
sometimes cross over that.
it also depends on like how big the event is. Like, let's say somebody throws a Bridgerton event in like a small town and it's not like super public facing. I don't think that like Netflix is gonna find out about it
Sure.
and then like sue them. And so like this in Detroit, I'm guessing had it not been a really big scam, people probably wouldn't have known about it and they wouldn't have gotten in trouble. But like the ones here in LA that are like really big and decked out, like they probably have clearance from like Netflix or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Well, that's the thing. It's like but like you're basically just saying it's only like not wrong because Netflix is like either they don't notice it or
Yeah, I think it's
whatever.
like if they don't know, it's like they can't do anything if they don't know. I
Like-
think is kind of the vibe of them. But that's just my thought and assumption.
If
So
you
I
got
have no clue.
$1,400,
And I'm sure they were paying for like a queen experience with the queen or something, like some elevated VIP experience, and then you show up and
Bride
it's
your
raw
gun.
food.
Well,
Yeah.
It sounds like there's a range because it's what 200 to
Yeah.
1400. So I'm like, if you paid for the 1400 to show up there and be like, all right, what's my extras? A gift bag
A sit in the
Sit in the throne?
Yeah,
with the gold
in the
glitter.
Hobby Lobby throne chair.
There's a lot of scams going on though recently, like just
Probably.
like events that people are paying for, and I'm like, are y'all not researching?
I
I
think
know.
scams have always been a thing.
But like these scams,
Well, it's always
Like
different types of
themed
scams,
scams?
you know. But I don't know if these are scams.
How
Well,
are they
the
not
Bridgerton
scams?
ones
They're
seemed like a
pretending to
scam.
be better than what they are, making a shit ton of money off of it. How's that not a scam?
Maybe they're just
Fire
bad
festival
party planners.
on the elevated level. People
Yeah.
got airplane
Fire
tickets
festival,
to show
literally.
up to a concert with a bunch of their favorite performers who weren't there, to be served gourmet food, to be given a cheese sandwich. Like, that is a scam.
That's a good scam. I like to be impressed by this. Like the Bridgerton scam, not impressive. Crumbl cookie scam, a little bit more impressive.
Yeah. Fire Festival,
You know,
impressed.
impressed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Disgusted, impressed. Yeah.
well, Ryan Murphy, separate from Monsters.
Impressed.
Speaking of-
We've been talking about Monsters, but did you see that they announced a new show called The Beauty with Evan Peters, Ashton Kutcher, Anthony Ramos, Jeremy Pope, and basically what it is a world where physical perfection is obtainable through a sexually transmitted disease.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
This feels like it's a very common theme right now with like the uglies,
The Uglies.
that
Mhm.
with Joey King that just came out on Netflix, and that one with Demi Moore.
the
Substance.
I'm seeing that
Substance.
tonight.
I want to
Oh
see
my
that
gosh.
too.
I hear it's like really crazy.
Yeah.
But like that it feels like that's a very common theme right
And what
now.
is the
Perfection.
theme?
Like beauty and like looks, something like
Like
the-
achieving physical
I think it's like
perfection.
what would you do to become the beauty standard? Is kind of the
Yeah.
thing of like what would you give up? What would you do to yourself?
Like
In order to make
how
that
itchy
happen.
do you want your crotch to be? Kind of
Yeah.
thing?
You know,
What?
I don't know.
Well, it's an STD.
It's obtainable through
Yeah.
sexually
Lot of-
transmitted
Yeah.
disease.
Yeah, well, they said modern society is obsessed with outward beauty. What if there was a way to guarantee you could become more and more beautiful every day? What if it was a sexually transmitted disease? In the world of the beauty, physical attraction is attainable. The vast majority of the population has taken advantage of it, but detectives Foster and Vaughn will soon discover it will become a terrible price.
This sounds like an intense game of Would You Rather.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
But would you how good looking would you want to be for like just
What type of STD?
yeah, that's the question.
The question.
Like-
what type of STD would you take? Like, what would you be like? You know what? That's fine. If I get to be
General
hot.
warts?
Is it like gonorrhea? Is like you're like
You know
kind of
what it
is you're
You
like
have it
kind of
forever.
pretty.
I don't know.
We have to ask Ryan Murphy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is interesting the
Good
like
call.
shows he's making recently.
I feel like this is definitely like not about Ozempic, but kind of about Ozempic. Is my take.
Maybe.
Obviously, I'm not a scientist, but I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry, I lied on my job description. It's just kind of like in the narrative right now of being like people will do a lot of things in order to achieve this beauty standard, and there's a lot of questions in the world of like unknowns of how that may affect you in the future.
You're not wrong. People have died. And it like paralyzes their intestines. Yeah.
No,
There's
it's
Yeah.
fucking crazy.
Or not
terrible
even
side
necessarily
effects.
Ozempic, just like, I mean, even with like a lot of like Botox and filler, it's like not a bad thing at all, but it's just like you are doing something in order to achieve a standard and like affecting your body in a way to kind of match what either you want for yourself or what society expects of you. So I just think it's an interesting
Well, I mean,
conversation.
to your point, I guess like all the things that we do, whether it's
That was crazy. Mary, that was crazy.
What?
Doo-doo.
That's friends.
Sorry.
what am I missing?
No, friends do. But the things you do is what you just said. You said do.
So what? You guys are children.
That's
Sorry.
it's from Friends in my head.
From Friends.
I'm a Seinfeld guy.
Me too. I just laughed because it was like a poop joke.
You do. What was that time? I don't know.
Things that we do.
It does seem like every commercial is a weight loss pill now.
Well, that's what I was going to say is
It's
that
fucking
what's
crazy.
crazy is like Ozempic was for people with diabetes. And then remember there was this shortage and then come to find out all your favorite celebrities are injecting themselves with Ozempic. And now the commercials are just wild to me. It's the, Ozempic. And it's like this like nice lighthearted
jingle.
And it's like for weight loss and maybe diabetes. Also, if you have this. And it's like, what?
Big Pharma is
Wild.
Big Pharma be Big Pharma-ing.
Do you know, like, Ozempic's not even legal in the country in which it's created.
Yeah.
Wow.
What country is it
I
created in?
believe it's Norway. I believe the company that makes Ozempic, I think is it Norway?
And only here
Anyway,
we
it's
don't
not legal.
question it.
Denmark.
It's Denmark. It's illegal in Denmark, and they make it in Denmark. And
That's
the government's like,
wild.
people of Denmark don't take it.
But we'll sell it to Americans.
Oh, we'll take it.
They'll do
Capitalism.
because they'll do anything.
Yeah. I can't wait to see what Ryan Murphy has to say about all of this.
I like Ryan Murphy, like
I-
personally and professionally. I never met him, but I think he's a genius.
I think Ryan Murphy is at his best when he is writing women fighting. And I think Feud, Betty and Joan is incredible. I think American Horror Story
Scream
is
Queens.
incredible.
Yeah.
Scream
I'm watching
Queens.
Scream Queens right now.
But when he gets, for me personally, when he gets into like, real issues, I'm always like, Ryan,
I agree with you.
maybe let's dial in the camp and
The creative liberties. Let's-
Yeah,
I don't mind it.
We know.
But I do love Sarah Paulson in a wig. So
Love Sarah Paul. Love Lady Gaga. Also.
love Lady Gaga. Yeah, so
Listen, if I want a documentary, I'll watch a documentary. If I want a little
fair enough.
if I want a little entertainment along with mostly based on a true story, then give me some Ryan Murphy.
Yeah.
What
You
is
know?
going on in the reality TV world right now? I saw Tamra Judge posted what seemed like her lawyer was like, post an apology right now. You did not say that.
She is on her second apology. She went on Watch What Happens Live, and I guess they removed the sentence that she said against Ryan because
Yeah.
I tried to watch it the next day and I was like, I don't really see anything that bad. She was walking around town and videoed herself on her story being like, I must have misspoke. I didn't mean this, this, and this. And then a picture came out of her being served like an envelope on her doorstep or whatever. And then the next day she has a story that she typed out saying that, again, she misspoke using his full name, being like, Ryan, blah, blah, blah. I misspoke about you. I did not know. And it's very...
Yeah, but I mean, we've obviously I think all of us are critical of Tamra this season, but I think it's absolutely dog shit what Ryan's doing. Say what you want about Tamra. We certainly have. I think it's gross what Ryan's doing.
Like the suing part of it.
Yeah. It's like you signed up for this shit. You're a
Yeah.
messy man. I don't doubt that Tamra misspoke about you. You come across as fragile and small. And I just think it's silly that he's doing this and gross. I don't know. It's
She did misspeak in a way that's like legal, like she wasn't just attacking his character, she was like implicating.
Yeah, she was
Like-
telling on the show that the FBI raided his house and said,
And none of that is true.
and none, I guess
We
not. It
make
says
more money than like you didn't pay to the Dodgers player. Like there's like a whole legal
Sh-
implication of it
in her
all.
typed out second apology, she said, I had no reason to believe that Ryan has stolen any money. I misspoke, tying Ryan to the actions of others. I meant to say my company makes more money than what was stolen from the Dodger player. But in the thing she said, what you stolen, we make
Yeah.
more money than what you took.
I'm glad she apologized if she said something that she shouldn't have said, but I just think it's gross that he's
I agree with you with the whole
taking
like
legal action.
for reality TV and bringing legality
It's just like we
into
just
it.
watched you on last episode, like come after her on a podcast, and now like you're holier than thou
Well,
and
it's
like
a-
can't be talked about. It's like, but you just did it.
That's what I was going to say. It's like it's one of those things where it's like, are you going to go back and forth or take yourself out of the conversation? Because that's how housewives do it. I mean, look at Vicky and Tamara right now. They're going back and forth on every podcast talking about each other except to each other. So I'm like, that's how it's done, not like going the legal route, which is what a lot of the men associated with these women are doing.
So do we think he's gonna keep up with the lawsuit?
You know, it is an interesting question because, like, you gotta think that it didn't work out well for John in terms of the court of the public opinion.
Right.
You know, maybe Ryan needs the money. I don't know.
I was going to say, did Ryan ever have the court of public opinion though?
No, but like, I don't know if John really did either. But these men clearly care about how they come across, and they seemingly care about being liked and respected in this, in you know, whether they are or not. But
Yeah.
Is it more about being liked and respected, or just like a power play and like feeling like they are powerful over these women?
yeah, probably.
Probably
yeah.
that too.
Yeah. And again, maybe Ryan needs the money. I don't know.
Yeah.
I wonder if Tamara pays for her like dresses, or to be dressed by a designer.
Why do you ask,
I
Justin?
feel like
She name drops a lot of brands.
She
She'll
does.
be like, this is.
Which
but,
means
like-
she probably doesn't.
But did you see that Watch What Happens live interview with Christian Siriano where he basically said like housewives don't pay?
I believe that.
Yeah, I believe that.
Well, a lot of celebrities like don't really pay either. They get stuff sent to them, right?
yeah, it's
And
like
they
if
rent
you're
it.
gonna wear this,
Yeah.
then like that, like they're wearing it on a TV show watched by
Valid.
millions
yeah.
of people. So it's like that's the exposure.
It just kind of depends on what it is, you know? Like, I'm not familiar with this designer or what they design, but if it's incredibly high fashion that's like
Yes.
custom made for the most privileged people, like getting an Instagram post doesn't really help you.
That's the thing. Exactly what he's saying is that it's like the prices of his dresses and getting a piece made by Christian
Mhm.
Siriano is very expensive. And so to assume that just because you're on television that he should give you something for free, he's like, I don't want to work with you.
Betty
Yeah.
from, you know, Oklahoma, who's a big, you know, Bravo fan, still might not buy the dress because she sees it on TV, you know?
Yeah.
That's true.
He did say Bronwyn from Salt Lake City does pay.
Good for her.
So-
Yeah, respect that.
Out of all the housewives,
Let's
Bronwyn's the one who
go.
pays.
That's
That's
the
our
only
girl.
one that pays. He said.
He said
Wow.
Yeah.
As paid him, at least.
him specifically. Yeah.
Mhm.
I want, but did he say who's his list is? Like who? What other housewives? His
Well, he
He
Andy-
complimented her. He didn't out anyone specifically.
yeah. Well, and Andy asked him like, how do you dress housewives? And he was like, no, they don't pay, and implied that like
I'm guessing he's been hit up a lot
Yeah.
by these various
Mhm.
housewives and been like, I'd love you and I'd love for you to like, you know, design for me or make something for me. Like, I'd love to collab and offer you a post, which like, yeah, I respect the ass.
Yeah.
We've done that, but I'm not shocked he said no.
yeah.
And good on Rowan for, you know, putting her money where her money is.
It does remind
mouth.
me of like
Putting her money where her money
mouth
is.
is.
Yeah.
Her mouth.
Her mouth where her money is.
that's what it is. There
Yeah.
you go.
I mean, listen, if you're going to go on episode 1 and been like, there's one of 3 dresses, it's a museum, Rihanna and me. And then and the next week it's just like, swipe up to find out where I got this dress. Like, you know,
On Sheen.
yeah. It's not really.
Shane.
It does remind me though of like the couple times in housewife history where like housewives show up with the same dress, and it's very much like, oh, you were
Oh,
sent that for
yeah.
free and you showed up. So like I know Beverly Hills, I think Doree and Kyle did it once,
Yeah.
polka dot dress,
Oh.
and then I think Erica and Lisa Rinna did it with like bright pink like suits.
Oh
yeah, yeah.
And it's very much like, oh, you were sent that.
You both were on the
Exposed.
PR list.
Yeah.
And then even like I know Raquel wore a similar shirt to what Ariana had to like Stagecoach, and it's like they were probably just sent that in the mail and
Mhm.
like kept it around
Like sports.
like sports
Woo.
I'll shamelessly wear the same thing.
every Thursday.
Yeah.
Your sweater.
Mhm.
Should we get an RHONY?
Yes, let's do it.
All right, as always, before we get into our recaps, just a friendly reminder. We don't know these people. These shows are edited, and our opinions are based off the characters we watch, not the people we've met or haven't met in person. I'm optimistic about this season. I
So
feel
am I.
like, season 1, new cast, new people. It's heavy lifting trying to get everyone kind of invested in these characters. I kind of had to fake fight a little bit, but I feel like they're going to deliver this season.
Yeah, they lost me in season 1 when they fought about the cheese board for the first 4 episodes. I was like, we've got it. We've got to get something else. We got to get something more serious
I
here.
was sad.
Yeah, now we got accusations of
Jenna Lyons being poor.
It's incredible. It's so dumb and meaningless. I'm just like, give me 20 episodes of this.
It's kind of the cheese thing on an elevated
Yeah.
level of just
and then
fantasy.
yeah, and then it's Erin like going in her like talking head and just like explaining the plot of Housewives, which she's like, well, the thing is, we like to we hang out a lot in big groups, and then the problems come when we go and splinter off into other groups and talk about what happens in those big groups. Like she was like
explaining gossip, how gossip works.
yeah. I was like, okay, cool. So your big like plan this season is to just like be in the show. I don't know.
Also, for the record, I ate up the cheese board conversation.
Of
Yeah.
course.
I was like, you're not going to have snacks at an event?
A charcuterie board
Literally.
is snacks.
Yeah, but like, sometimes you got to elevate it. Because wasn't it like a bougie event?
No,
Or do I not
they were
remember?
all sitting at her house.
Oh,
no, it was
same
just that
thing.
like someone didn't like cheese. That was like it was like what was it? Sai that didn't like or
It was
no?
Sai.
Yeah. She was like, I don't like
couldn't eat it.
cheese.
She's like, this is all you have is cheese.
And then
I
it was
can't eat
like
cheese.
the way that she said it because Bryn said that she like was actually mad about it, but Sai was just like, I can't eat cheese. But Bryn is
Yeah.
a master at stirring the pot.
Such a master.
I kind of love Bryn.
I love Bryn.
I love Bryn for that.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you just have to spice up the soundbite.
Uh-huh.
You know?
It's giving Tamra. Tamra does her job. Tamra comes in and she's like, so I had a call with Shannon. Shannon butt dialed me. And it's like, like, has anyone talked to this person? It's like she stirs the pot.
Yeah.
And I feel like Bryn.
I think Bryn stirs it differently.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Bryn is like throwing people under the bus and like
No.
spewing like hateful stuff. I think she's just like talking to everybody and then changing like 2 words in every sentence.
I mean, I haven't been watching OC for much longer, but I can't help but wonder if early Tamara was more like Bryn now, or is Tamara the way she is now just because she's always been this way?
Tamara's always been
Always been this way.
Yeah, she wasn't more reserved.
Okay.
If anything, she was wilder.
I just thought maybe it's just like, it's like season whatever the fuck, and she's like, now I got to talk about buttholes. And like she's
Yeah.
it's like we've tried the easy stuff. Now we really got to be fucking toxic. Where Bryn's is kind of adding a little color to a story that
exactly
completely exaggerates the story.
But is creating the drama for the entire first episode.
for sure.
Like, it's beautiful.
I will say for the most of it, I don't think Bryn lied. I think she just like said it in a different
Exaggerated the
way.
truth.
Like, I think
Yeah.
she exaggerated. I don't think she full on like lied about
Why
it.
did Jeff Lewis get off the hook? Why Jeff Lewis was the one who started the actual rumor.
Yeah.
And Aaron was more like Aaron was
Aaron
like
shut it down. I
Aaron was
agree.
like,
Yeah.
no,
Aaron
I
shut
don't
it
think she
down.
does.
I will actually defend Aaron in that moment, and she did not.
I
Actually
think next
say
thing, and
anything.
then Jeff's like, I think she does, and next thing you know, Bryn's accusing her of like sleeping with New York.
yeah.
Also, like, who amongst us wouldn't be a sugar baby?
Oh, I
Who
will.
here has been a sugar baby?
I get offers on a regular.
I was a Splenda baby. Didn't.
What's
It's a
Splenda
Splenda baby.
Well, it's like not real sugar, so I didn't have to. I didn't like do anything. The guy, he just wanted to talk to me. He was just was a lonely
That's
guy. And
doing
he was like,
something.
"Can you just?" Yeah, but he was like a regular at my job, and I just like always
Maybe
served
you don't have to
him.
defend yourself. It's
I'm not.
okay.
I'm
not
giving you-
judging you.
I'm giving you the explanation of like what the relationship was.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He was a regular at my job. I was a server, and I served him burgers all the time, and we'd chat, and then he'd be like, "All right, here's your rent," and I'd be like, "Great."
It's always the job.
That's literally the dream.
He'd be like, I was in college, and he was like, "Are you making like what are your grades like?" And I would be like, "Oh, I made this on a test." He'd be like, "Great, here's $500." I'd be like, "Thanks."
Okay.
Yeah.
I had a Trader Joe's sugar daddy, so you got more out of it
How
than
does
I did.
what is a Trader Joe's sugar daddy?
People love to flirt.
Trader Joe's is famous for their
They're-
flirting.
yeah, we know that, but like TLDR is like there was one guy
Does
that
Trader
owns-
Joe's have an underground sugar baby scam going on?
Probably. Honestly, I know a lot of sugar like babies that work at Trader Joe's because like you're the clientele. Like they hire people that are bubbly or whatever. Let's just say that there was a man that owns a music label, a record label
Of
that would always come in and offer stuff. But I was very wary of like I don't want to cross that line.
You didn't take anything.
No.
All I got when I worked at Starbucks was just like trauma. Like, no one ever offered me anything except a
Did
drink
you
in the
deliberately
face.
spell the names wrong? What's up with that? It's like,
No, it's just you can't understand people. They talk really quietly. And then they'll like sometimes people would spell their name for me and they would be like, my name's John, John. And I'd be like, I got that. And then it would be like someone like who had a very complicated name and then they would say it with like all the consonants that are in their name. And I would be like,
Perfect.
okay.
Today you
Um,
are Chris.
Yeah. And then, yeah. I also, like, we were so busy. I don't care if I spelled your name wrong. Like, that is not the top of my priority list. I'm trying to not get yelled at.
I gotta say, for any hiring employers out there, if your employees work at a real job like a Starbucks or a Trader Joe's, hire them immediately. It's been good for me.
Aw.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
It's real work.
Yeah.
If you can work at like the Century City Starbucks where like fucking agents and managers all get their morning coffee
Yup.
and kind of treat baristas like subhuman.
Yup.
Yup.
If you can do that, you're probably a pretty decent employee.
Thanks.
Nick's
I know.
inbox is going to be flooded.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I know a lot of miserable baristas.
They're like, wait, Nick will take us.
Yeah.
I appreciate you saying that because when I was at Trader Joe's, there was a customer once that told me, like, she overheard me saying that I graduated from UCLA like 2 months ago and I'm working here. And she came up and she was like, you graduated from UCLA and work here? I was gagged. I was like, you said that to someone's face?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That person won't get a job.
Yeah.
No.
I was at a party for Halloween a couple of years ago when I was working at Starbucks for an agency. My friend worked at this agency and I met a girl there and we were like talking, like just having, like just chatting, whatever. She was like pretty nice to me. Next day, I'm working at the Starbucks across the street from this agency and she comes in and like does not even like recognize me as a human being. And I think about it all the time. And I think that's like a formative experience for me and like the way people treat other people.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Crazy. Well, if we were Jenna Lyons, we wouldn't be at a Trader Joe's.
Jenna Lyons would probably treat me very nicely.
She would. She
yes,
would.
I believe that.
She seems very nice.
Yeah.
It is interesting as a queer person that like RHONY has recognized that their main audience is
RHONY.
like queer women.
Yes.
Mhm.
And they're very much playing into it with this like first episode.
So
Yeah.
is Raquel a housewife?
She's a friend of.
Because she had her own like intro
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe she's on
and it
the.
said Raquel.
No, she's in the because
I
remember
think-
the whole thing. It starts off with the drama at the photo shoot for the poster, and she's in it.
It was a little confusing.
Yeah,
Because friend of still do the poster, but I don't think they. Oh, maybe she's the housewife and then Rebecca's the friend of.
Rebecca is. The
Rebecca
That's what it is.
is
It's
the
the other way
I
around.
thought
Yeah.
Rebecca. Oh.
Well, Rec is the friend of for sure.
Yeah.
That I'm confident of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
when they started arguing at the table, and then Rebecca was like, "What are we?" And she's like, "Too early. You need to stay out of this one." And I was like, "Oh."
Tea.
What do we think of their taglines?
What can we go
I-
over them?
Yes.
I was gonna say I don't think the taglines played for me.
It's not every first episode. I don't think it's
I've
in-
seen them. I've seen.
I saw Jenna's on Twitter. It was like, we all can't be Jenna fucking Lyons. And I was like, exactly.
Period, Jenna.
Period.
They played them. Bryn's is like, why date your dad if you can be mother?
Okay, Bryn, why date their dad when you can just be mother?
Incredible.
Wasn't her one last season also about like fucking a dad? or
Yeah, it'll be
something?
like, make me mad and I'll date your dad.
Yeah, last season was I love to laugh, but make me mad and I'll date your dad. Aaron is in the cocktail of life. A New Yorker is never shaken nor stirred.
Lame.
Okay.
Tell me how you really feel about Aaron. That was so quick.
You're not an Aaron fan?
No, I think she's boring and annoying. But I
like Aaron.
Yeah.
I kind of do too. I
I
go
like
back
her
and
too.
forth. Raquel, just like a painting, you'll need a couple of looks to figure me out.
But
Here for it.
mysterious.
Sigh, I may be hungry, but at least I'm not thirsty.
Oh my god.
that's
Period.
good.
I like Psy too.
I hated Sai last season, but
Why?
she's in therapy now.
Why'd you hate Psy?
It was just like
She was doing too much and she was getting angry.
getting angry and just being like really mean in a way that like the show and the drama did not necessitate.
and it wasn't about her because I felt the
Yeah.
same way too. I was irritated with her by the end of the season
It's
because I
their
was like,
first season. They're just kind of finding
Yeah, exactly.
their.
And
100%.
it seems like she was, I mean, in this episode, she was like, yeah, I watched it back and I decided I should go to therapy. And I was like, you know what?
no, I love
All
Sai when
right.
she was like, yep, everything I just did, that all my therapy out the window.
Yeah.
What about Jessel? What do we think of her?
I love her.
I'm team
Because I like this
Jessel.
season how her husband's playing into like the food influencer because last season they were like he's
Yes.
going to Vietnam for a sandwich. Cheating.
Jessel seems the sweetest of them all.
Yeah.
Jessel can pick fun at herself.
Yeah.
Jessel trying to ride in the subway.
She is a little like out of touch.
That was
though.
kind of crazy.
That was so funny.
Like you gotta be, you have to ride the subway to
I
be
know.
a New Yorker.
You have to remember, this is the woman that said Tribeca was an up-and-coming city last season. In what world?
Is she from? She's not from New York.
No. I think she was living here or like in Texas, and then got the call for RHONY and
Yeah.
then moved.
That's part of the like allegeds. Yeah.
Yeah, allegedly. Jessel's opening is "I'm not up and coming. I'm already there."
Great callback.
That's pretty good.
Uba, love looks good on me, but darling, what doesn't?
So true. I
Uh,
love
Period.
Uba.
Yeah,
Uba's
everything-
cousins.
Everything looks great. on
Uba's
her.
cousins with Chanel from Dubai. So it's an interesting little caveat.
Uba hot?
Uba hot.
Jenna Lyons, last one. Not everyone can be Jenna fucking Lyons, but they can try.
Period.
I think Mary's no. I mean, this is a different show, but have you guys seen Mary's tagline for this season? It
No.
might be the best tagline of all time.
Was it better than hers from season 2?
What was her season 2?
If you come for me, I will send Jesus after you.
That's just kind of a
Iconic.
threat.
I
It's a
know.
literal.
Power of Jesus.
What is theirs this season?
God is my shepherd, and you all look like sheep.
That's
Great.
awesome.
She knows her
Great.
lane.
She does.
Yeah.
Religious hierarchy.
Yes.
It's like I'm cousins with Jesus, and you're all fucking stupid. I love it.
Literally.
It's so good. Anyways, we are excited about this season of Real Housewives of New York. I mean, it's one episode. There's not like
Mhm.
they're just figuring themselves out. They got some taglines, some storylines to get into, but we will be talking about it every Thursday going forward. All right, it's time to get to Nate Smith. Quince is the perfect place to get high quality essentials at an affordable price. It's been a busy season of events and travel, and my wardrobe has taken a little beating. But thank God I have Quince, because Quince at any time allows me to upgrade my wardrobe with some amazing pieces. Quince is also great for replacing some of those worn out pieces with affordable high quality essentials from Quince, like those t-shirts and undergarments and things like that. Like their merino wool all season short sleeve t-shirt. It's an absolute love. You know, good t-shirts are hard to find. They're just like a lot of them just lose their quality, but the merino all season short sleeve t-shirt is built to last, along with their European and linen shirts and their versatile activewear. Quince really has it all for men, for ladies. They really have some pieces that are just look timeless and good and high quality and last. Quince has all the seasonal must-haves like cashmere sweaters from $50. The best part, all Quince items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands. By partnering directly with top factories, Quince cuts out the middleman and passes the savings along to you, the customer. And Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices, along with premium fabrics and finishes, which we certainly love. Check out Quince. Upgrade your wardrobe with pieces made to last with Quince. Go to quince.com/VIALL for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's Quince, QUINCE.com/VIALL to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/VIALL. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills so that you can grow your savings. Can you imagine every single subscription that you have? Well, I know I can't name them all. No, I certainly can't, because I have wasted tons of money on apps I am not using. I just learned that over 74% of people have subscriptions they have forgotten about. We do not have time to remember what we're wasting our money on. Let Rocket Money do it for you. They can cancel those unused and unwanted subscriptions, saving you probably hundreds, if not thousands of dollars a year. Rocket Money will even try to negotiate and lower your bills for you, sometimes by up to 20%. They automatically scan your bills to find opportunities to save. They will even negotiate for you. They'll deal directly with customer service. It really sounds too good to be true. Well, it's not. It's just Rocket Money. It's free to sign up. They will save you potentially hundreds of dollars. Stop wasting money on things that you're not using or wanting. Imagine what you could be spending it on. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year. That's just on average. Imagine what you could be saving. Stop wasting money on things you do not use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/VIALL. That's rocketmoney.com/VIALL. rocketmoney.com/VIALL. Bessie is a footwear company that makes waterproof, breathable shoes. And when I say waterproof, I mean 100% completely waterproof, not water resistant. They are perfect for all you city people out there that are commuting to and from work, possibly stomping in water and potholes, or maybe the traveler out there, the hiker, the outdoorsy person, someone who maybe loves boating and working all at the same time. Maybe you're just tired of having different shoes for everything that you do. Vessi covers it all. As autumn breathes new life into cities, Vessi ensures that you're ready for new adventures with waterproof innovation. You'll stride confidently through rain-soaked streets and embrace spontaneous city moments in complete comfort. Whether you are exploring urban highways or enjoying the seasonal's vibrant energy, Vessi has you covered for all of fall surprises. Vessi is happy to present you their new Tidal sneaker. This is a fully waterproof, lightweight, and breathable design for all-day comfort and traction in any weather. Its sleek design, it has an easy slip-on fit that makes it perfect for tackling autumn's unpredictable conditions with style. The Tidal sneaker is strongly built for urban explorers with a blend of comfort, style, and functionality. They have a bunch of other great selections. Their westerly coach jacket is also incredibly stylish, functions like a raincoat, and looks 100 times better. Again, their shoes and jackets are 100% waterproof. So step into autumn with confidence in the Vessi Tidal sneaker designed for the season's unpredictable weather. Find your perfect fit at vessi.com/VIALL to get an automatic 15% off your first order at checkout. Again, that's vessi.com/VIALL. Nate, welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thanks for coming. I love your energy, man.
Hey, thanks for having me in, kids.
Yeah,
We
Let's
are
go.
huge fans. We love you. We are so glad that you're here.
Congratulations on your new album. Out tomorrow. Tomorrow?
Yeah,
Friday.
yeah,
Out
yeah.
Friday. This
October
is Thursday.
4th.
Today's
Whatever day the 4th
This
is.
comes out the 3rd, so tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Out tomorrow.
It's amazing. I'm
It's
so
amazing.
excited to put
Yeah.
this thing out, you know?
How long have you been working on this album?
The whole year. Actually, one of the songs I wrote like a year and a half ago and stuff. But
Wow.
this has been pretty awesome because the first album I put out, like, it was really, truly like figuring out what the hell I was doing. Like, a lot of songs, like, I was like, I think I like this one. I don't know. And just like taking a lot of risks. But like this one feels like it's evolved from there.
Yeah.
And I feel like every single song on this project, like, I'm obsessed with. I believe in with my whole heart. I'm so excited. Like, I really am.
I just met you, but a lot of your songs I find are like really fun and high energy.
Hey,
and like, and your energy as a person like matches like how I feel.
Come
listening
on,
to your
come
music.
on.
Come
It's,
on.
Come on,
and
somebody.
that's not the same for every artist I've met. I'm like, you know what?
They're like, like the music, and they're like, hey, so
Hey.
I just really
no, seriously.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
it's just like awkward like that.
Yes,
I didn't
yes.
just do that. Anyways, nipple.
Nipple.
So yeah, I'm excited about this.
Well, I'm fascinated with your story, man. You seem to have, I think every musician probably has a very unique story of how they've, once had a dream and then they're playing in front of a huge crowd. Yours, even more unique, where like, and I think a lot of people in life, whatever it is, I think a lot of people they have dreams when they're young and then life happens and then like sometimes their dreams don't come true and they have to kind of go back and sometimes they maybe give up on their dreams. But you're someone who like went out to Nashville, gave country music a shot, didn't totally work out, went back home to California. Then your house burns down.
Come on.
And now
Come
you're
on.
here
Worst
just
luck
like
ever.
badder, bigger than ever. I mean, that's like, you must, I mean, a lot of people say this or ask this question, but like, how surreal is it to be where you are at today? Like, did you vision this? Did you always know you would make it? Or are you kind of sitting here pitching yourself being like, this is fucking crazy?
I'm delusionally optimistic, delusionally, one of the two. I'm always just like, it'll probably work out more than likely.
good.
If it doesn't work out, that's really weird. That's so strange. Like, it's so weird that I'm stuck in a plane today that's not going anywhere. That's so weird because
Yeah.
normally it works really well.
I love
I
that.
feel like I live that way. It's
Okay.
really important to me to do that. But yeah, I mean, like, I always wanted to be an artist. Like, I always thought that would be the coolest thing. But I was also happy being in nursing. Like, I love taking care of people. It's my favorite thing in the world. I love getting in a room that's just like tough. They're obviously going through a lot, and like I can bring a little bit of joy, a little bit of light to them, and just like, what's up, man? I'll bring you those extra snacks. I know it's gonna send your blood sugar through the roof, but I got you. No one's looking, baby. No one's looking. I got that PB&J.
So wait, I didn't even know you
Yes.
were also a nurse.
So I was a CNA, certified nurse assistant, and I did that since I was 18 years old.
Fucking crazy.
Worked in convalescent hospitals. I worked in acute care. I worked in neurotrauma and ICU, and did
And
that.
I think you would agree, nurses do not get near enough credit.
They don't,
just
man.
in
And
general.
it's traumatic being a nurse or working in that field and like seeing the things you're seeing people at their absolute worst,
Mhm.
but you actually get to bring like hope and joy and you can do that to them, and it's amazing. So
Has your nursing experience like bled into any of your music? Do you talk about it at all?
bled in.
Yeah. Pun
See what you
intended.
did there?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I think it just like made me grateful and appreciate life,
Okay.
in a lot of ways. And I think that's part of this whole thing. But yeah, man, I was happy. I was happy doing that. And then like, obviously the fire happened in Paradise, California. And sort of changed everything up. It started because I wrote a song for Paradise called One of These Days. I ended up flying to Nashville, recording it, putting it out, and then I took all the money that I made on streaming, which wasn't anything really much, but I gave it to a single mom and her kids. And I was just like, and people were like, man, this song's really helping me out. And it's like helping me get through this fire. And I was like, gosh, like music can really make a difference, and especially country music. You know, I think it's one of the best genres on the planet. And it just inspired me. My friends were like, dude, you should move back to Nashville for the second time. You know? I was like, I'm in my mid-30s. Like, you should do it, bro. It's not hurting you. It's hindering you staying here. So they did a GoFundMe called Send Nate Back to Nashville.
Oh.
And I got in my Honda Civic, and I had about a month and a half before I could move in, July 1st of 2020. And I drove around in this thing. I slept in rest stops with a pocket knife on my belly because I didn't have a gun or anything. I was just like, sweet. And I was putting towels up on my windows in case like Bob the Psycho might kill me in the middle of the night. And I just like laid there like, oh my gosh. And the craziest thing that happened was I went to Colorado, and my dad, like, I love my dad so much. He's my best friend in the world, but like, he wasn't the most supportive about music growing up. He's just like, what are you going to do for work? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and like, I mean, most dads would, like, you know what I mean? This is a hobby, son. But he came out to Colorado, and I was camping out there, and he's like, man, your tent really sucks. Your sleeping bag sucks. You're going to die, son. So he's like, I'm coming out there. I'm going to come and save you. So my dad drove from California to Colorado, and like, we hung out for like 3 days. We went camping. And just as my dad was getting ready to leave, he unzipped my tent. He's like, hey, son, I'm going to be heading out of here. And he looked at me and said, you're going to do big things in Nashville. And it was like the most emotional, like the thing that you always want to hear from your dad. You know what I mean? And I was just like, damn, like I got this now. And then I got to town. I was like, guess what, Dad? I've got $14 left in my checking. Like, he's like, well, good luck with that, you know? And I didn't have enough to get macaroni and cheese. And that's my favorite thing in the world. Gosh. And but then I got a publishing deal within like 2 weeks and a management deal.
Wow.
And then I got a record deal a year and a half later. It was the craziest thing.
That's unheard of.
It shouldn't have worked.
And now you're like best friends with Miss Levine.
We're pretty tight. Yeah, we're pretty tight. You know, we're pretty cool, I'd say.
I mean, like, you're about my age, so like,
yeah. I'm elder. I've got to be elder.
No,
you're a young spry boy.
Unfortunately, not.
Silly boy.
Thank you. I am older than you.
Is he though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 44.
No way.
Yeah. I just turned 44, which is hard.
So
for me.
I could look like that when I'm 44.
That's the first time
You're saying there's a chance.
That's the first time I said that out loud.
You're 44? No way, dude.
As of Saturday.
No freaking way.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Do I look good?
Yeah, bro. Jeez. You know, hey, you know.
Anyways, my point was like growing up,
Nipple.
she was like one of the biggest fucking stars in music, and now you're making amazing music with her. Like that's got to be surreal.
We're gonna do more. Like she wants to write and stuff, so we're gonna hang out for a few days and like write songs, maybe for her projects, my projects. I don't know. Like who knows? I mean, it's weird. Like normally you do a song, like one song with an artist, like a feature, but we did two.
Yeah, that's
I just think it's so cool. And this Can You Die From a Broken Heart song, like it felt like to me, and I've said this to other people, but like I'm With You is my favorite song by Avril.
Yeah.
Of all time. That's the most epic love song ever. Just heartbreaking, amazing. And it has like a little nod to that a little bit. And I think it's amazing.
How did you guys start working together? Were you friends before? Or did you become friends after you guys collabed?
So you remember that delusionally optimistic thing I was saying?
Yep.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
So I got this song sent to me by these amazing writers in town, and they're here in LA, and they sent it to me. I listened to it and I'm like, okay, I'm obsessed with this song. It's incredible. But like, it definitely needs to be a feature. I swear, bro. Like I was thinking, I think Avril Lavigne would sound awesome on this. And I went to my producer. I was like, can you put her AI vocal on it so we can hear what that would sound like?
That's cool.
So we did that, and I'm like,
we need her.
This has to happen. Like this has to happen. So it started from that. And then I told my team, Chief and Simon, my managers, I was like, hey, how do we get this to Avril? They're like, we happen to have a connection with her. I'm like, oh my God. So then they sent it over to her, and she literally said yes. It was like, are you joking?
I try to be that
Are you
delusionally
joking?
optimistic all the time, but it doesn't work out quite the same for me.
There's times where it does. I just don't pay attention to those times.
Gotcha,
Yes.
gotcha.
I don't pay attention. I just go, oh, cool. It didn't work. That's weird.
I mean, I love that about you. Where do you find that confidence? I mean, I love the idea of betting on yourself. I try to operate that way, but like
I'm going to sound really spiritual here.
Okay.
I'm not that spiritual,
Okay.
but I believe, however you want to look at it, like the universe is for you, not against you.
Okay.
It's actually working for you.
I love that.
I really believe that. I really believe that it's actually, everything is happening in your life to actually benefit you, but I believe that we get in the way of it. I know it's a little deep, but I just,
No,
I
that's
feel
good.
that way.
No,
I
that's
actually
good.
do feel that way, you know, and I believe in this like currency of good.
But yeah, I love that you manifest things. You
Yeah.
keep it out there. I'm guessing along the way, you're doing a lot of things that are making your success happen. but your belief in your system is kind of centered in that. But you are doing the work.
I'm saying yes. I'm saying yes, but it's like I can't make anything happen. You know what I mean? Like you guys didn't have to put me on the podcast. You know what I mean? Like honestly, like you guys get asked every single day. No, you didn't have to do it, but you said yes, and I'm grateful for it. Like I'm grateful. Like I'm happy to be here.
Well, we're grateful too.
It means a lot.
I was like Nate Smith's on. Now he's like, damn.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. So I feel like country music fans are probably the best fans in the music world. I feel like they're very loyal. They're just good fans.
Yeah.
And being from California, have you felt like welcomed into country music? I know sometimes there's been like this isn't real country. I feel like you really give an old soul country that like we're missing in today's music.
Wow.
Like you really have that George Strait, like Brooks and Dunn kind of feel to you, which I feel like is kind of rare in this new genre of country, which I love. But have you felt welcomed in the country music family?
It's all about how you word things, So like I'm like, hey, yo. So I started off. I'm from like the West Coast area. Anyways, so they're like, what does that mean? Yeah, it's a mystery.
I'm from out west.
I'm from out west.
The Wild West.
Like Five Goes West. Great film. Great cinema.
Five Goes
Great
West
film.
is definitely the
dude.
better of the two
Thank you.
American stories.
Thank
Yes, thank you very
Wasn't
much.
like a character that was like obsessed with cheese, or is that on Cinderella? That was Cinderella. Never
Cinderella,
mind. Cool.
yes.
Got it all mixed up. Too many rats.
Five Goes West, you have
Too
the
many
cat
rats.
who operates like a dog, or vice versa.
Something weird like
It
that.
was
And didn't he
cat.
burp and it was green?
It was
I was
awesome.
like, why is it green?
It's a great
bro?
movie. Yeah.
And I wonder if
Have
like
you seen
in a
Five
microscopic
Goes West?
level,
No idea. what you're talking
Phenomenal.
American Tail.
Yeah.
American cinema.
about. Oh my gosh.
American.
Okay, I'm on it.
It's
Shall we?
basically the story of this great country.
Show the clip now, Nick.
Run it back.
Run it back. No, I mean, I think everyone's been pretty cool.
Yeah.
They've been pretty cool, and it's a thing where it's like I always joke on stage. I'm like, I'm barely country. It's such a huge compliment that you even said anything you just said, because like it's not that I don't want to be country. It's just like my music's pretty rock, and then piano ballady and like all this kind of stuff. Like I'm inspired by like Louis Capaldi and like all these kind of like piano-y kind of things. But then I love like Nirvana and like The Offspring and System of a Down. Like I grew up
Yeah,
on
I mean that makes sense. You can
lot of
kind of
rock,
hear that. in your
Blink-182,
music.
that kind of thing. But I started off with like Garth Brooks, Elvis. Like that's what I first started listening to, and then I just kind of drifted off, and I went into like little Nirvana, little Bush,
Yeah.
those kinds of things. I'm dating myself.
No,
Right
we
now,
grew up
big time.
together for
Big
sure.
time.
Yeah,
No, for sure, right?
we're speaking my language.
And then I got a little emo. And yes, I had emo hair. I had the swoop. I did that the other day
No.
too.
Do you
during
have
the shoot.
pictures of that?
I have. Yes, we'll get them to you. We'll get them to you.
The like straight haired swoop that
When
like
I was
covers
living in
one
LA.
eye.
So I lived in Orange County. I lived in Orange County when I was 21.
Did you shop at Hot Topic?
Yes, of course.
Yes, Spencer's Hot Topics.
There's a bear shit in the woods, sir.
Duh.
Of course. I shop there, dude. Did I listen to the Used? Yeah. Did I scream the Hawthorne Heights lyric at the top of my lungs?
Yes.
Yeah. Very emo kid at heart.
Oh, I love
Still
that.
am. Always will be. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Like I would love to collaborate with like I don't know somebody like that, like the Used, or wouldn't it be crazy?
I
Mix
bet
it
you
with
can
country.
I mean, I think you could.
You can do whatever
Yeah,
you
that,
want.
that delusional optimism.
Hey, you never know.
Who-
You never
Working
know.
out for
Who
you.
would be your dream collab?
Honestly, Blink-182.
Yeah, that's.
I think it'd be nuts. That'd be nuts. wouldn't
yeah,
it?
that's good.
Yeah.
Like Mark Hoppus.
I
Tom
feel
DeLonge.
like you
That's
could write a song or have a song written with you in mind, and then I feel like you could like AI Blink-182 and then reach out to your
Bingo.
management and be like, "Do
Bingo.
you know?" And they'd be like, "We have a connection," and then boom, they sent, and then you have a song. Kind of giving Avril.
Who is she? Who is she?
I don't know. She's a star.
Who is she?
Yeah.
I have really great ideas.
You do.
I have really
And what
good
if Avril? So Avril knows Travis Barker.
She does.
There you go.
So
And we cover reality TV, and Travis Barker is married to a Kardashian, basically invented
Stop
reality
it.
TV. So we're basically there. There's the song. Actually, play the song.
Yeah, we actually have it already.
I have one request during this podcast, guys. Would you let me know if I have a booger hanging out of my nose at any point? Just we'll play the
Absolutely.
booger game
Are you feeling like boogery today?
constantly.
Really?
The older I get, the more boogers I get.
That's so Nick. Nick loves to pick his nose.
Do you? What do you do with them?
Loves. Oh, like you want to see?
Do you do the roll
oh my
technique? Or
God.
Kind
The
of.
roll and the throw.
little flick?
Yes.
It's like it's not a roll. What
Under
it
the
is
shoe?
like
It's a roll.
it's a magic trick. And you know how magicians kind of just like
Vini Vidi Vici.
and then it's like gone.
Yeah, where'd it go?
Like, whoa, where'd it go?
It's like the
I'm
what's
just doing magic, and I'm using boogers as like a prop.
What's the Matthew McConaughey commercial where he's like rolling the
Yeah.
booger in the car?
The Lincoln.
It's
The-
a SNL skit.
Yeah.
Always
Yeah,
rolling.
where he's like rolling the booger and it's the Lincoln ad and
Yes.
it's Jim Carrey as Matthew McConaughey and he's like, I'm just gonna keep on rolling this booger.
Yes, that is Nick.
When I was a kid, I remember two things my mom said to me too. So we had a booger wall. So me and my brother had bunk beds, and I would like impersonate
No.
Elvis and drive him nuts because I was trying to learn my singing voice. And we would wipe boogers on this wall. I remember my mom walked in and said, "I feel sorry for whoever marries you one day." I was like, "Well,
You're like, we have to have a booger
I grew
wall.
out of the booger wall, Mom. They're on the bottom of my shoe now, like a normal person." Yeah, jeez, calm down,
The
Karen.
shoe?
Her name's
You-
Karen too.
You pick your nose and then wipe it on the bottom of your shoe.
I don't know, maybe
I feel like the shoe's dirtier
when you're
than
in
like
a
the
pinch.
booger.
When you're in a pinch,
I feel like the roll and flick is a lot more.
but sometimes it just won't get off my fucking finger.
Oh,
I mean, the shoe is definitely more
no.
thoughtful.
Just a little
You
like
think?
When you're
Anywho.
putting on the bottom of your shoe, like the
But then
magic
you walk
trick.
around through the house.
The magic trick, it's like, where'd it go? No one knows.
Vini
It
Vidi
could end up
Vici.
on your shirt later.
we're talking about boogers here, folks. If you're just tuning in,
Yeah,
Um,
this is Nate Smith and boogers. So, what song are you most proud of on this album? Tell me now. Tell me what to look forward
See.
to. Tell me your favorite. I want to listen to it.
right now.
Right
Gosh,
now.
there's okay. That is. I know it's such a cop out. You're not gonna like this answer.
Oh,
I
boy.
know.
all of them.
shoot.
All of them.
Every song is
Yeah,
so good.
come on.
But the ones I listen to the most, I listen to "What Alone Looks Like" a ton.
Okay.
It's a rocker, big old rocker song, and it's
Ooh.
like, okay, do you want to spend your life without this person, or are you with this person and you don't want to lose this person because it's not going so well?
Okay.
Super
Huh,
then Let's go.
okay.
But it feels so good. It feels like Nickelback and Country Had a Baby, and it just starts with this cool like tremolo guitar that's like, and then it goes into the, it gets all crazy. It's amazing.
Do
I
you
love it.
already have your on-stage dance moves for it?
Sing. I
I
do.
I thought you said Nippleback, and then I thought that
Nippleback.
would make a great like cover band.
Nickelback is amazing.
Sounds
Nippleback.
like a pickleback.
There you go.
Which, by the way, my management company manages Nickelback. You know, and so they manage them, and I've gotten to know Chad like
How
pretty well.
is he doing?
And he was with Avril. There's so many. It's just
Wow.
incestual at this point.
Speaking of connects,
Yeah.
I was on a show called Special Forces with one Savannah Chrisley.
She's
Do you
a
know-
fierce. I've never met the girl in my life.
Oh, okay, moving on.
Actually, I saw her at dinner the other night. She just walked up. She's like, "Sup, brah?" It's like, "What's up? How's it going?"
and
you know?
and we just like acted like we knew each other, like old friends.
We dated. Everybody knows we
Yeah.
dated. It's like everywhere. Yes, we dated. Yeah. Dude, she's the best.
And
man.
to be clear, is she still with the guy whose wife tried to kill him?
Oh no!
What?
She came on the
Robert.
show, and I was like,
on your show.
yeah, and then because we were on Special Forces together, and she came on, and there was a story about this guy whose wife
Robert,
tried to
who
kill
they
him.
went. They were out like they were in
Auburn,
the
and I was-
Bahamas. He was,
It was crazy.
yeah,
Whoa.
and his wife had like a hit out on him. Yeah,
I didn't know anything about
You
this.
didn't know?
Really?
When did you guys date?
I don't know, like a while ago.
No,
Yeah, it's probably on Google.
But we're still friends.
We're really good friends.
Okay.
Really good friends. She's the best, and she said really nice things about me.
Aw.
She's like, you know what? He's a good guy. He's a great dude. Oh my god. And then like they picked the most horrifying picture of me
They do that.
side by side. I was probably 50 pounds heavier, pink piglet,
Oh.
sweating like a pig in a slaughterhouse, and I'm like standing there next to her. I'm just like, of course, people are gonna be like, should have stayed with the other guy. You know?
Well, one could
No.
argue maybe that was like a bad picture for Savannah because it was like, this is what happens after
No.
you date.
No.
I did see the
Aw.
picture. It wasn't your best.
It really was. Thank you. It was
But
awful.
they do that on purpose.
Yeah.
Seriously, to make
Yeah.
me look.
Oh my God,
more
I have so-
unattractive.
I have so many bad pictures floating on the internet.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Post them
They're
up?
they're definitely not like let's find like the hottest photo of them. They're like, you know what? Let's like find the worst. That could be fun.
Yeah, but yeah, we good.
Okay.
She cool.
How was the love life in general?
It's good, man. Dating somebody right now. I am. You know, I'm not gonna say who it is
No,
or
no,
anything
no.
like
Yeah,
that.
no, of course not. Absolutely not.
But they are Canadian. That doesn't mean it's Avril. Okay, I'm not saying
Oh,
that.
okay.
I'm not. Nobody said that. You know what I mean?
Nobody did that.
She's literally my bro, man. We are bros. We knuckle. We headbutt.
Okay.
Chest
Okay.
bump.
We chest bump.
Okay.
Yes.
But
She's Canadian.
when we were talking about boogers, this girl says booger. She doesn't say booger. She said booger.
And where are we in the
Interesting.
courting process? Are we like just friends? Are we like situationship? Are we like honeymoon phase? Are we?
We're on cloud 9 right
Getting
now. We're on
engaged.
cloud 9. We're on cloud 9.
We're on
And
cloud
I'm
nine.
hoping this is the final chapter of my dating.
Ooh.
I'm hoping it is, because every relationship I've ever been in didn't work.
Yeah.
My whole life. So
That's usually what happens.
isn't that crazy?
You break,
Why do
you
we
break
do
up
this
or get
still?
married?
Good news. You only have one that does.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Preach it.
That's the
Papa.
most.
Preach it.
Well, unless someone dies. Then
How did you guys know? Did you just know? Like they say, you just knew.
I always knew Nick was like, I don't want to fucking deal with you. And,
Is that what she did to her?
That's her version.
Yeah. Well,
I didn't say it like that.
I said,
Did you
I've
propose to him?
pretty much. Pretty much. I said I have
I'm a progressive guy.
for 10 months. For 10 months, I kept
Yeah.
circling back and was like, just to let you know, I'd love to date you. Just run that back. And he was like, yeah, no, not really interested in that.
I had my issues. Nate.
Yeah. But now we have been together for 4 years. We have a beautiful baby. We're married.
I heard
and
there was a
it's-
baby. Yes,
there's
I
a
didn't hear
baby.
this. That's so
yes.
cool.
Yeah.
I want a baby, you know?
It's
I'm
the
almost
best.
40 years
Best thing
old.
ever.
It's time.
Well, he,
How do you do it,
also-
man? How do you make one?
We actually can show you
Just
some
wow.
videos.
well.
Our OnlyFans login is.
Yeah.
I'm really happy for you
Packers
guys.
look
You guys
good.
seem really happy. Like you seem like just like bros in a good way.
No, she's
Bros that
definitely my
make
bro.
out, you know?
Bra.
We're,
Yeah,
be-
for
we're
sure.
best. We're best friends.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any like nicknames for each other or anything like that? Or
Chicken.
Chicken is
Chicken?
definitely It all
She started it. I thought it was a little
Why?
stupid at first.
He hated it. It started with our dog Jeff.
Yeah,
Jeff.
your dog Jeff.
Jeff and Steve are
Yeah.
two dogs. But when we had Jeff as a puppy, it was like I had
What,
a
you
lot
name
of
him Noodle? That's stupid. I don't understand why people.
Oreo.
Hey, Sparky.
His name is Jeffrey.
But Jeff is weird. Yeah.
Do your dogs eat their own poop or anything weird?
No.
Thank
No,
God. I
thank
hate
God.
that.
Yeah,
I hate
no.
that.
Do you have a dog?
I don't.
Do you want one?
Yes.
What would you name it?
Fang. Fang or Ninja.
Okay.
Those are kind of dumb names, okay? They're dumb names. They're not Ryan,
That's
John.
Ryan is a
true.
good dog's name. I really like Ryan.
How did I know that was so
I-
prophetic? Whoa.
Human names for animals are incredible.
They are.
Yeah.
They are good.
Trent.
Trent. I
Trent
like a
is
single syllable.
good.
Yeah.
Trent is good.
What else is
Nate.
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 Is your real name Nathan?
It's actually Nathaniel.
Oh.
Nathaniel.
Beautiful. That's beautiful.
It means gifts of God.
What's your middle name?
Dean.
Nathaniel Dean.
Nathaniel Dean Smith.
Okay.
Wow.
Attorney at law.
Wow.
I used to be so embarrassed because my friends didn't know my name was Nathaniel. Like growing up, I was like really weird about it, and like doing roll call or whatever, and Nathaniel Smith. And I'm like, what the fuck is that?
You're like,
It's like-
is he not here?
I would
Where
get
is he?
beat red.
Looks
Beat
like
red.
that Keenan Peele skit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Aaron.
Aaron. Aaron.
I told everyone.
Balaki.
I told everyone my real name was Bridget, but I went by Natalie. So
My
yeah.
ex-wife's name was Natalie.
Excuse me?
What? What's up? What?
You had an ex-wife?
Yes. 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 Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
And her
Yes.
name was Natalie.
So many
He was.
secrets.
Oh my gosh.
We have talked in like
You have
14
so
years.
many secrets.
You haven't talked in
No,
14
no,
years.
no.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm not.
No.
I would
Well,
just love to
okay,
know
wow.
how she feels about you
I have
being
no idea.
a huge fucking star.
I have no idea. But if
Yeah.
I saw her, I wouldn't even be mad. I don't know if she like. I think we just hugged and be like, "What's up?" Like it's
Aw.
been a long time.
What did you learn from that relationship?
Everything. I learned everything, sir. I'll
Perfect.
repeat
No, yeah.
everything.
He
Wow.
learned everything.
What a very specific answer.
I was too immature. I was way too immature.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know how to stick it out.
How old were you?
That can mean a couple things. I was 23.
Okay.
Okay.
She was 34. I've never talked about this, by the way, ever.
Wow.
Ever.
Why
but it's
have
okay.
you not talked about it? Is it?
I don't.
Can we talk about it?
We can. I've never really brought it up before, like in a thing. But yeah, like we were like best friends, and it was a special thing for us and everything. But I think that we both handled conflict very differently, and I think we just together, like we were just so toxic. Like we just weren't good together. It was just bad. And yeah. And I like I said, I don't think I was mature enough to be like, you know what, like let's just work through this. Like I choose you no matter what. Those aren't thoughts that ever cross my mind. You know.
And maybe for the best. You know? 'Cause, like,
yeah, I think so.
I definitely haven't been married before, but I had long-term girlfriends where I was convinced I was going to marry them. Even tried to get engaged a couple times.
You
know,
did.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
You did. I'll kill him.
Yeah.
I'll kill a
I'll
bitch.
kill a bitch.
But yeah, you grow and learn, and you.
It's painful. Divorce is so painful, man. Like it really, really, really is. And I came back to California, and my parents were getting a divorce at the same time. It was like, what is going on? Like
Was
everything
that
Wow.
part of why you kind of moved back and
Yeah,
kinda
no,
gave
it was 100% why I moved back.
Oh wow.
And the publishing deal I had, they were like, if you go back to California, like we're gonna take you off the publishing company, and like you're gonna have to figure it out. And I'm like, I gotta go home, dude. Like I've never been lower in my entire life, you know. And sorry, we got a little serious there, but
No,
truly,
yeah.
I was in a really bad spot, like mentally. I was not okay.
How long were y'all married for?
2 years.
How'd you get through it? Like, what was the thing that really got you over that?
Medicine
Okay.
and therapy, and I see a therapist every week.
Period.
Yeah.
So do we.
I mean, and it, dude, it is like the most empowering thing. His big thing, like the overarching theme with my therapist, is like whatever it is that say it's like binge eating or whatever it is. Like that's something that I've struggled with, and I've lost some weight, and I'm overcoming it and stuff. But like the big thing with him is like just stopping in the moment and going like, cool, like why am I doing this? Like, am I and making a conscious decision, not being on like auto,
yeah.
you know, and just like thinking about it and like going like, why, and like letting this thing teach me for a second. Like that's his big thing. Like just stopping for a
That's
second.
cool, yeah.
And like I'm able to do that now.
And do
Before, I
like an
was
out of
automatic.
body experience where you like look
Little
at
bit,
yourself.
Yeah. And like now I can actually like stop for a second and go, because I want it. I want to eat the macaroni and cheese. I want to eat the
Yeah.
whole pan because I like it, you know?
Yeah.
No, but for real, like just stopping for a second and just like going like, all right, maybe I don't need it right now. Like I'm doing it because I'm stressed out,
Wow.
you know? Like that simple. I was like,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. It is crazy how it's usually like the simplest stuff that makes you like look at things differently. You
Yeah.
know? It's really cool.
Do you write about your divorce at all? Is it?
I did. I wrote a song. I put it out called Sleeve. It's on my first album. It's my favorite song I've ever written or been a part of, and still is. And it just kind of tells the story, but it's like I'm not gonna let my side be like victim-y.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I'm not a victim. I'm not a victim. It's like, you know, I'm somebody who experienced something really tough. And like the cool part about the song is like, no matter what I go through in my life, I'm always gonna wear my heart on my sleeve. Like I'm never gonna let it change me. I'm not gonna become an asshole.
Yeah.
Like,
I
right?
yeah. I mean, like I think back in some terrible relationship moments that I've had where I was the most upset, and I don't want to say I laugh at them now, but yeah, it's like once you get through it, once
Yeah.
you get to the other side and you can look back and vision yourself. I mean, I have this vivid memory on my grandma's couch, just bawling my eyes out, talking to friends, and just being distraught over something I found out, and you know, just like, and now I just kind of laugh at like where I was in that moment. It just you know, and then once you have experiences like that, I'm assuming you can relate that like going forward, shit's gonna happen. I don't know what problems we're gonna face. You're gonna be down bad at some point, but you're probably, I'm gonna guess, look back on when you got divorced and remember the time where you thought, I'm never gonna get fucking through this, and knowing that you did, you know, and then shit like that.
Pretty empowering. And
Yeah.
I think that's another arch of my music is hope. And I heard somebody say one time, like, if you can't find hope in the answer, you have to keep looking. Like there always has to be some sort of like positive, like hopeful thing in it somewhere, man. So my music has like this empowering element to it, right? I want to like lift people up and stuff. Like whether it's go drink your ass off or it's just like, man, like I'm not gonna let this thing change me. Like that's important to me.
I love that.
You know?
man. That's greve Well, thank you for sharing that with us. I
Dude,
know,
dude,
you
no, of
haven't-
course. It's
yeah.
totally cool, by the way. Like totally cool. I
Like, it's
just
totally cool. Just cut it out.
no, don't cut it out. It's okay. Like I've never talked about it before in any type of interview, or I've said I've been divorced, but I never ever went into it before. But it felt right.
Well,
Felt
we
right to talk-
appreciate you
Well,
doing it.
thanks for
Yeah,
giving
no.
us that opportunity.
Thanks for hearing me out.
Yeah.
You know,
What has been your peach and pit of this year for you?
what is a
For-
peach and a pit?
A peach and pit.
I don't even know the saying.
A rose and thorn.
Every day, Nat likes to end our day at dinner asking what
Peach
our
and pit
peats
of
and
the
pits
day.
of the day
That's
was.
so cute.
Yeah.
That's so cute.
Rose and thorn.
Okay, so what was good and what was bad this year?
Yeah.
Okay, and so much good. I got an American Express card.
Hell
Woo.
yeah.
Jared,
I did.
Hell
is it one of the
yeah.
the metal ones?
Yes.
Yeah.
You really
And dude, I've had bad credit like my whole life. I've never like made any type of good money or anything like that ever. And you know, it's like it's a miracle that I have that. Like I can't even, like I cried.
That is so
I cried.
sick.
I was like, this is so sick. And then I just bought a house
Congratulations.
Yeah.
In Nashville.
in Nashville.
So you're staying in
yeah.
Nashville.
Yep.
Hey.
Yep. Got a little slice of heaven up
Do you
there.
like it?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it is surreal to be a homeowner. I'm so excited about this.
Can we be friends?
We can. I would
Yeah.
actually like that. I would like that. It feels right to me.
Yeah.
Yes, you-
I'm hoping you in
You're age appropriate.
sweet Canadian.
I like that.
There
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
Get my number. We're good.
Okay.
Like, screw all the other stuff. This is cool. But yeah, got a house. Very excited about that. Let's see the sad part. my grandpa's health has been really struggling and stuff a lot. He's been like in and out of the hospital, and they're saying, he's only got a few more good solid years left. And like that makes me really sad. And it makes me realize I'm probably going to see him maybe 3 to 4 more times because I see my family about once a year, my grandparents and stuff. So that's kind of a crazy thing to think about, but it's making me appreciate them even more and stuff like that. So that'd probably be the pit.
It's also I felt this way. My grandmother recently passed, and I was pregnant, and our wedding was coming up, and I was so sad that she wasn't going to be there, and she wasn't going to meet our daughter.
She was there.
And then
come on,
she was there,
sir.
totally. But
come on.
But to me, it gave me peace knowing like she might not have been there, but like she knew all about it. Like she knew I was having a girl. She knew the details of our wedding, and it's like your grandfather. He knows like how well you've done in your career, and like he's watched you, be on these huge stages and perform and go viral on TikTok and like do all of these amazing things for your career. Has he?
Yes.
That's so awesome. What was his like reaction to it?
Mind blown.
Yeah.
Like, and then my grandma like have been at things, and I have that on film, like their live reactions of like
sick.
watching it for the first time. Like when we were on tour with Thomas Rhett, like they were like watching my grandma just like cry. It's like so cool.
Oh, that's so
But my
awesome.
grandpa's like big. His big thing is like hats. He's like, I need one of those Nate Smith black hats. I'm like, Grandpa, we don't sell those. Okay, you're not just gonna get one. All right, all right, you greedy man.
Like, you're gonna have to find one on eBay.
They still call me Speedy too, like my nickname from when I was a kid. They still like, hey Speedy.
Where did that come from?
So I was the weird kid. I didn't realize I was type A. Oh, it's really hard to talk about. Sorry. Getting a little choked up here. I'm type A, I guess. Sucks. But I named myself Speedy when I was a kid because I thought I was the fastest kid on the block. Turns out I wasn't. Probably the slowest, actually.
No.
And I told all the kids.
So it was an ironic nickname.
Speedy. They're probably like, that's amazing. You're hilarious, bro. I'm like, what do you mean? What are you trying to say here? But I made all the kids call me Speedy, and it just stuck. I don't know. I have to get a Speedy tattoo. I don't know why I have it. Like on my chest.
You should get a Speedy tattoo in your grandfather's handwriting.
Love that.
Right?
Full of good ideas.
Full.
That's why she's
Like
my wife.
182. I get it, sir. I get it. Hey.
Yes, Blink-182. Speedy tattoo.
Is T-Rex right there?
It is for my sister. Her name is Teresa, but I would call her T-Rex.
That's cute.
Yeah.
It's kind of the same. She didn't draw that.
Arresa.
She could have. That would have been cooler.
It would have been cooler.
Well,
you really fucked up, man.
Do you have any tattoos?
I have so many tattoos.
So I can't tell.
Tons.
You're just totally covered up.
Okay, here we go.
Oh my God, he's getting naked. He's getting naked.
It's okay. It's okay, Meg. My publicist is
my God,
glaring
thank
at
God
me right now.
It's on his ass. It's amazing. No.
I do have one on my ass.
The listeners are like, what?
I do have one on my ass. So
wow.
Oh, that's
okay. So I used to have Harry Potter Deathly Hallows.
We covered it up.
Why?
We covered it up because so I dated a girl who happened to be a witch.
Say more.
What was I doing? What was I doing?
We all.
Like I'm a Christian, but
You
oh
were
my God,
living
that was
in LA.
crazy. So
I mean, I've been to parties in LA where the witches get together and talk.
they talk. It's called a coven. They do a coven. You know what I mean?
Meeting.
It's
Yeah.
a thing.
It's a thing.
But yeah, it was during that era, and she was obsessed with Harry Potter, obviously. And I got it on there, and then people would be like, "So what house you belong to?" I'm like, I've read like one book. I'm like, I am a poser. Let's get rid of this damn thing, I know a Hufflepuff probably or whatever, but yeah, I'm not a true. I like the films. I haven't read all the books. So I just didn't feel worthy to have the tattoo on there. I'm not
admirable
going to
of
fake
you.
it. I'm not going to fake it, So we
You're
covered that
brave.
puppy up right there. So my favorite animal is a bald eagle. And live don't exist is a quote that somebody
He's trying
told
to
me.
one up you. He's trying to one up you.
Did we just become best friends?
I think we
Is
did.
that the exact same tattoo? Yours just has color.
Yours is like real, dude.
That one hurt. This one hurt bad.
Wait, let me see yours. Yeah, yours is definitely fake.
Fuck you, Nate. Dude, that's so cool. Yours is definitely fake.
You're like, yours is so real.
That was so hurtful, Natalie.
Yeah, you got great tattoos.
Thanks.
Yeah, you do, actually.
So anyways, live don't exist. Like live don't exist, right? Because I was just
Ooh,
right?
yeah.
And then World on Fire, my longest running song, 10 weeks, #1.
That's
Billboard.
it's a damn
Let's
good
go,
song.
baby. Let's go, baby. Okay. We got little Jesus right there and Yeshua, but it's in the old school Aramaic. Nirvana, Nevermind. Nirvana's my favorite band right there. And then we got this one right here. So I just showed my grandma this one right here.
What did she say?
So grandma's like, let me see that your new tattoo here. So she's looking at it. She's like, let me get my glasses. There's a video on TikTok. She puts on, she goes, oh, smacks my arm, smacks me really hard. And I'm saying, what, grandma? It says brat. She goes, it says bitches. It says bitches. And my grandpa's like, ooh. So we just got that one right there.
All bitches are what?
Crazy.
Crazy.
But what's a bitch? You know what I mean? What
Truly.
defines
Female
a
dog, I
bitch?
believe.
Yeah,
So-
female dog.
Or me.
And then the witch I was dating, she wanted to be a tattoo artist. And so she was practicing on pigskins. And then one day I was like, I think you need a real human specimen.
Is this newer?
This is new too. Bulletproof. Right here.
Yeah.
My latest #1.
Yes, it's a damn
Come
good
on,
song
somebody.
as well.
I can only tell by the fact.
Okay.
I just assume you didn't shave your
Big
arm.
old freaking gun on my arm.
Yeah.
Let's go. Tell me your country without telling me your country. So I let her tattoo on my butt a spade. I don't know why a spade. And it's a little
Oh.
too high up, so it's basically a man stamp. With the right angles. If I my
yeah.
under, it's like I see you,
Wow.
and it's there, and it hurt.
How's the new girl feel about it?
She hadn't seen that yet.
Oh.
You know.
Okay. You got that up.
Okay. Well, now she knows about it now.
Nipple.
Nate, before we let you go,
Yeah,
this
yeah,
has
yeah,
been
yeah.
so much fun. But we want to play a game. We play a game every Thursday called Stats versus Vibes. We pick the 2 NFL games every week. Mary, part of the
Yeah.
household, puts together 2 of the games and gives us some
I'm Mary.
details.
Ah.
Give me the moon, Mary.
So to be clear, you're generally not a football fan.
I'm not the kind that like follows all the stats and stuff, but I do love my teams and I go to the games.
Who are your teams?
Niners. I'm a Niners guy.
Oh, fuck you.
Oh.
Okay.
Hey,
Oh.
but listen, Aaron Rodgers wanted to be a Niner.
He did. Yeah.
Okay, and he's from my hometown.
Okay.
And I like Aaron,
Well, we don't.
and I like
Well,
Jordan.
we like Aaron.
Hey,
Well,
and JoJo. Hey, I know them.
Okay. Well, he gave up on the Packers. He left.
Well, the Packers kind of gave up on him too.
Oh.
But you know
okay.
what? I don't have any problem with the Packers.
Oh, okay, great.
That's because the 49ers always beat the Packers.
Oh.
That's not why. There's other teams. I'm not going to say which ones. There's a couple I really don't like.
So do you want to be
Ooh.
on the Vibes team or the Stats team?
Vibes.
I want to be Vibes.
Okay.
I think Vibes
All
would
right.
make more sense.
Perfect.
to me.
All right.
Well, yeah, that's the
and
right
also
choice.
correction,
He told
I'm
me
not
fuck you.
3
He
and
told
3.
me.
I'm 2 and 4.
Right here.
No, you're 2 and
He does it to
6.
me.
I'm 2 and 6.
Yeah, you're 2 and
That's
6.
why
We're
you
4 and
blink
4.
once if you're-
Woo.
Okay.
Mhm.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do.
All right.
All right, let's go. It's 5 versus Stats.
Okay.
All right. Game 1.
Game 1.
Speaking of Aaron Rodgers, we have the New York Jets at the Minnesota Vikings.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, so first we got the New York Jets. Their colors: legacy green, legacy white, and legacy black.
All legacy.
All legacy. They're trying to get RHONY legacy up in there,
They
but
Well, they are
I
New
don't think
York.
it's gonna. I don't think it's gonna work.
Interesting.
Just because you name your
It
colors
feels a
legacy
little like
doesn't
shoving
mean-
it down your throat. Like,
Yeah, it's like Ramona Singer is not gonna come to a game.
she's not.
No.
Okay.
They don't have a mascot.
Boring.
Yeah, and originally they were called the New York Titans because they were supposedly, quote, bigger and stronger than the Giants, the other New York team. But they went bankrupt right after that.
Try this shit.
No.
So
Come on.
they went bankrupt as the Titans, and then they were renamed the Jets because it rhymes with Mets.
Really?
And
That's why.
This is all true?
This is true.
This is
They were
crazy.
renamed the Jets because it rhymed with Mets, and also they started playing near LaGuardia.
Whoa.
This is some lazy marketing.
Right?
Lazy.
Yeah.
Right?
Lazy.
Like, and yeah. So I guess a good start for the Jets. I don't know. Have they ever been good?
They won the 3rd Super Bowl ever.
So
Never
No.
since. Yeah.
okay.
No.
All
They
right.
do have Aaron Rodgers now, but they got him last year, and immediately he was
This
injured.
triggered you guys, didn't
Yeah.
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 Triggered
Triggered.
it? You
Triggered.
okay?
I'm fine. Yeah, no.
okay,
yeah,
I just
yeah.
wanted to make sure I'm
Yeah.
just checking in. Vibe check.
Jordan Love.
Vibe check.
He immediately was injured, but now he's back. So
How
Yeah.
do we know like how they're doing this season?
They're
like
doing. They're 2 and 2.
2 and
Yeah.
2.
Are they?
yeah, I believe
I
so.
believe they're 2 and 2.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, so that's the Jets.
Okay.
Okay.
And then the Minnesota Vikings.
Yikes.
Their colors: purple, gold, and white. Their mascot: this guy named Victor Viking.
And he's Norwegian, isn't he?
Yeah,
I'm Norwegian.
Yeah.
That's my ancestor.
He's giving the big
Don't
summer
kinda look like-
blowouts
No, we do.
guy
It's the
from
same thing.
Frozen.
It's the same thing.
Yahoo! Big
Yeah.
summer blowouts. Yeah, so that's their mascot. And you know what? They committed. It
So
makes sense. Color scheme correct. I like his little mustache.
Interesting.
You
Right.
know, to me, they have a tie with the Jets because of Brett Favre, who famously played for the Packers. And like Aaron Rodgers, also went to the Jets he played for the Jets for 1 year
And then went
before
to the
going to Minnesota.
Oh.
And then Brett Favre like scams the people.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, their
All
current
right.
quarterback is Sam Darnold, who looks exactly like you would expect the Minnesota Vikings quarterback to look like.
Can we get a photo of
Yeah.
Very Norwegian.
Sam
Sam
Darnold.
There he
Who
is.
also used to play for the Jets. He was drafted by the Jets.
Whoa, so this is a tense
Ooh.
little matchup here we have.
Yes, yes. And the Vikings are 4-0.
Oh, I don't like the
And the Jets
Vikings.
are
There he is.
2-2.
He does.
Doesn't
Look at
he
that
look
neck. Look at that
exactly
neck.
like he should play for the Vikings?
It looks like the Viking.
But he's from like California.
He's a homeboy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ginger
okay.
as well.
Sounds like you guys are going to go
Yeah.
pick the Vikings.
I
don't
kinda
know.
leaning towards the Vikings.
You are?
You're
over the
leaning towards
Jets.
the Vikings.
The
Yeah.
only thing is like I feel like all of us look better in green than in purple.
I would agree.
All of us.
Also, I
Fair.
like the
The
Vikings.
pigments that come out in purple, man.
It's
The
just not
pigments.
good. It's
don't
just
know.
not good for anyone, you know?
I have a hard time with the Vikings personally.
And they just beat the Packers
You
and
guys
like
have
that's
to come
a
to this
sensitive.
decision together.
No, we do. And that's what
Yeah.
we're currently working through our kinks.
Vibe discussion.
It's
I know.
the vibe. It's the vibe
I'm being
discussion.
I'm being distracted by statistics, and I'm like, I'm not on that team.
We're not on
I'm
the
not on that
listen.
team. I
What has
know.
statistics
We don't
ever done
care.
for anyone?
I'm sorry.
No.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Where they
It's all
play?
hard on the
They
side.
playing
What?
in New York?
Playing in Minnesota.
I kind of love the
Important to
like.
know that.
I kind of love the like laziness of the Jets.
Me
It's giving
too.
relatable.
Also, do like Joan Jett? Jets?
Yeah,
Joan Jett. I love Joan Jett. So
Love
maybe
Joan
the
Jett.
Jet.
All right.
I love.
She's a little biased right now
Benny
with
and the
green.
Jets.
Like it's
The
kind of,
Jetsons?
it's getting in her head.
The Jetsons.
It's gonna be
Also,
the
just to be
Vikings, dude.
named
gonna be
after a
Benny and
plane.
the Jets.
But Benny
Something
and the
about it. I
Jets.
don't know, man.
Yeah.
What do you think? I got to side with her.
What's going on? What's going on here?
What's going on? What are you
What?
talking
You're
about?
on the vibe.
Yeah.
I'm asking questions.
You can't-
I'm asking
Do
questions.
you want to switch teams?
Like
Nobody said that.
like Aaron Rodgers.
You're gonna pull in Aaron Rodgers.
Oh.
Oh my god! You want to go? You want to go
drama.
Vikings? Is that what you're saying over there?
I'm just saying, home. Okay. Vikings are really strong and mighty.
Uh-huh.
They have ships and
Yeah.
horns on their head. Okay, let's think about that for a minute.
And
But
they've
who
gone
do you?
4-0.
Okay.
Someone
okay.
argue they're horny. Okay?
Horny.
They
Who would
probably
win?
are.
Who would win in a fight? A Viking or a plane?
Ugh, I feel like the plane could really take it down.
Obviously, the plane.
So
And I feel like Aaron is he's a veteran. He like this Sam Darnold. He's kind of given like new nervous like to play a veteran. It's kind of giving like he could choke.
Or I could get
All
hurt
right,
again.
so
I know where I'm
what's,
at.
what's
I know
the
where I'm
pick?
at.
What's
I know
the
where
pick?
I'm
What's the
at.
pick?
I
know where
think
I'm
Speak for us.
Jets. We're going Jets.
Nate, are you okay with that? I don't want to. You're not. You hate
no,
it.
I'm good. I'm good. I don't care anymore. I don't want to play the game. I don't
He doesn't
even
wanna
want to play. I don't even want to play.
Exactly. Well, when the Jets win, you're gonna reach out and you're gonna be like, "Fuck, I'm sorry.
I just have a feeling you're
I
right.
should have trusted you."
Well, I looked at him and he's kind of like,
I probably would have picked the Jets. But only because I think they need
She's
the
on her
they
high
need the
horse right
win.
now.
But Minnesota's been like really good lately, and honestly,
I don't think you can trust just like a good rep. You know, I feel like
No,
they're
yeah.
off their game one day and like lose the whole thing. And I
Exactly.
think Aaron could make little Sammy boy nervous. That's all I'm saying.
all right, okay, I'm gonna pick the Vikings then.
All right.
Matchup.
What are you
So
Whose side are you on?
well, I mean,
Spit it out.
come on.
Come on. Who do you think is gonna win?
Listen, everybody has a place here. That's
Guys,
like
Tie.
it's
Stand
a
for
love
something.
here.
Vikings.
All
Okay.
right.
All
All right. You're on next team.
Statistics.
I'm sorry.
Right.
Game,
I'm
game
sorry.
2.
Game 2.
I'm sorry.
I
I'm
think
sorry.
it's the Green Bay Packers at the Los Angeles Rams.
Oh my gosh.
We're going to that game.
You are?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I will expect a live reaction.
And absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so first, the Green Bay Packers. Colors, we know. Dark green, gold, white. Do not have a mascot, but cheeseheads.
Really?
Cheeseheads.
That's kinda boring.
Cheeseheads,
Why don't
which
we have
is
a mascot?
objectively pretty awesome. I
Well,
would
their
say.
mascot would just be like a middle-aged
Yeah.
butcher.
Meat packing.
So
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That
who
could
wants
kind
to
of
follow that guy?
they could kind of
Yeah.
make that fun though. I don't know.
I think the cheeseheads are amazing.
They slay.
Incredible.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is hot though. The styrofoam. I feel like
But
not-
it's usually
not-
cold in
not
Lambeau,
styrofoam,
so it's
foam.
functional. Function meets
Okay.
fashion.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're the
Alright.
third oldest franchise in the NFL and the only nonprofit community-owned major league professional sports team.
A round of
We
applause
do
for
love
the
that.
good
Oh,
people of
let's
Green Bay.
Go
Yes.
to the collective ownership of Green Bay. I have a complicated relationship with the Packers because
They beat the Pittsburgh Steelers in the Super Bowl.
it was truly traumatizing. It was the reason I had a Meredith Marks disengaged from football as an 11-year-old because I talked so much shit to my fourth grade class that I couldn't go to school the next day. So I have a hard time. But
You played hooky?
yeah, my mom, I
Wow.
was like truly in tears, and my mom was like, "You don't have to do this Wednesday." I was like so
Whoa.
upset.
I love
Whoa.
that passion.
Yeah.
Trauma.
Yeah, and so since then, and then the Steelers were like really bad after that, and then I was like, I need to just take a step back, and I never really stepped fully back until now. So
Okay.
Jodie Foster is also famously a Packers fan.
Is she?
Yes.
So is Will Ferrell.
Is
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Harry Styles has a cheesehead tattoo.
Yeah.
he? He has
Or
a G
he has a G.
tattoo.
Is he again?
Is
Is he?
Didn't Aaron Rodgers like thank Jodie Foster in his MVP speech one time?
Maybe.
I think so.
Kind of iconic.
I think so because yeah. Anyway, so that's the Packers.
Okay.
Los Angeles Rams. Colors royal blue and soul, which is yellow.
Oh,
I don't know, but I don't know why they call it soul.
The
interesting.
LA Rams used to be the LA Rams, then they became the St. Louis Rams,
Yes.
and then they went back to LA.
Yes.
I feel like we have covered the Rams before.
We've talked about them in
Sure.
big
Okay.
terms.
Yeah.
Their mascot is this guy.
All I'm saying is they have commitment issues.
Yeah. Much like a lot of people in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
That is true.
Their mascot's this guy Rampage who just looks kind of problematic to me. I don't know.
He does look a little toxic.
Like, I don't.
He's kind. He does kind of give a little fuckboy,
Yeah. Like there's.
but also looks like he loves his mother and loves his grandmother.
Yeah,
and
I'm
for that I
sure-
appreciate.
That'll
I'm-
every fuckboy before him.
Exactly.
That is true.
I'm sure the women he has to love, he's very good.
He's
to,
got
but
beautiful
I don't
blue
know.
eyes.
See, and I don't trust that.
Yeah. It's giving cult leader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's giving Jared Leto. They were originally the Cleveland
Cult
Rams,
leader?
actually, in the 40s. And then they moved to
Wow.
LA. I'm assuming they heard about the movie business, stayed there till the 90s, because, you know, I guess
Hollywood.
they didn't support the rise in independent cinema that was happening in the 90s. So they left, went to St. Louis, but then Marvel movies started.
So they came
2016,
back.
they came back.
Wow.
That's what I think happened.
It's kind of giving. They just like they like hop on the train. You know?
Yeah, it's very, I don't know. I don't know about these LA teams, man.
They're kind of giving.
Well, you know who
not
I'm picking.
leaders.
Yeah.
You know I'm picking.
Green Bay Packers.
Are we
Green
going-
Bay Packers.
How are you feeling?
Well, I love Kurt Warner.
Who?
He's a dear friend of mine.
Okay.
He was on the Rams at one point.
Yeah.
Are you like really good friends?
I'm good friends with him. I'm good friends with
cool.
him.
So
But
cool.
he doesn't play for them anymore.
No.
So
And that was the good
I'm a
people.
little
of Saint-
outnumbered right
that was
now.
the good people of St.
St.
Louis.
Louis.
Yeah.
That was
Very
a different
different.
Ram.
Yeah.
So I can't support the new.
No,
Exactly.
absolutely not.
Does Kurt even support the LA
Probably
Rams?
not.
Yeah.
Probably
Probably
not.
not.
I'm with you guys,
T.
Packers.
Thank you.
All right, unanimously going Packers.
Packers.
I am.
Woo!
We are.
Woo!
Let's
Uh,
go.
Is he?
We'll see. It's going to be so exciting this weekend. Are you going to be like more invested in the games?
I
now that
will
you've
now.
got-
Yeah. We got to talk about this after.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nate, I
Sir.
have to let you go.
Okay.
We don't have. Oh yeah, we have.
Unfortunately, we do.
All right.
I had a
This
really
was
good.
so much
I had
fun.
a really good time.
We had a great
Genuinely.
time.
fun.
You might be the most likable celebrity I've ever met.
A, I'm not a celebrity.
Yeah, you are.
You are.
B, likable. That's questionable.
Get used to it.
Three.
You are.
You guys are just cool. Like you're just friends. Like this is a normal hangout.
You are incredibly talented. We truly are huge fans of you, and we are so grateful to have had you on the show.
Hey, that is so sweet. Thank
And
you
check
guys.
out Nate's new music out tomorrow.
Yeah, California Gold.
California Gold.
Go get her done. Go get her
Get her
done.
done.
Hell yeah.
You're gonna love it.
Bye, Nate.
Bye, guys.
So good.
Aw,
So
aw,
good.
so cute.
So cute.
So cute.
So are you dating Avril Lavigne?
No, I'm not dating.
I think I've gotten everyone, my family, my friends, everyone in my life sleeping on Blissy pillowcases. They're the best. No, they truly are the best. They're silk pillowcases. If you haven't used silk, what are you doing? Blissy silk reduces frizz, tangles, and even helps prevent thinning. It also can help reduce blemishes and the appearances of fine lines. I've said this for so long. Silk pillowcases, they're good for your hair. They're good for your skin. Why wouldn't you want to put your head on that at night? For the whole night.
I've noticed a difference in my skin since Natalie introduced silk pillows to my life.
Mhm.
Get better sleep, hair, and skin with Blissy's award-winning 100% mulberry silk pillowcases. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
There are a
Blissy.
lot of dupes out there that claim satin is an alternative to silk, but That's not the case. Satin is made from synthetic fibers like microplastics, while Blissy's silk is luxurious, all natural material that's breathable, cool to touch, and gentle for your skin and hair. It's also much more durable and longer lasting. Blissy is just a really great gift for honestly anyone in your life. I know last year for Christmas, my 10-year-old niece asked for the tie-dye Blissy silk pillowcase, and that's what I got her, and now she sleeps on it every night. So they just have a lot of really great colors and patterns and collaborations with Minions, Harry Potter, and there's so much more on the way. They're also hyperallergenic, which is great. It's just great for any product. There's no itching. There's no rashes. They're super easy to wash and maintain. Plus, there is a hidden zipper, which I love. The pillow isn't like slipping out of the pillowcase in the middle of the night. It's zipped in there. It's tucked in.
Which I love because for some reason I am always able to, without a zipper.
You do. I don't know how. We
Falls
wake
off.
up,
I don't know.
the
I'm
sheets
like
off the bed. It's crazy.
Crazy.
Blissy's been featured on Good Morning America, The View, Live with Kelly and Mark, and Dermatologist Recommended. Everybody loves them. They have over 2 million fans, and you could be the next. Because you're a listener, Blissy's offering 60 nights risk-free, plus an additional 30% off when you shop at blissy.com/viallpod. That's BLISSY.com/VIALLPOD and use code VIALPOD to get an additional 30% off. Your skin and hair will thank you.
ZipRecruiter is the hiring site employers prefer the most based on G2. According to research, a major challenge with many employers face is the pressure to hire quickly, and it's a tough hurdle to overcome because it's so time-consuming to search for great candidates and sort through applications. Well, if you are an employer who can relate, I have one question for you. Have you tried ZipRecruiter? ZipRecruiter has figured out how to solve this very problem. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a high-quality candidate within the first day. We know how hard it is to find great talent out there. It truly, truly is. So let ZipRecruiter be your guide to making sure that you're getting top quality candidates for the positions you need to fill. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/VIALL. How fast does ZipRecruiter's smart technology start showing your job to qualified candidates? It does this immediately. ZipRecruiter's powerful matching technology works fast to find top talent. So you don't waste time or money. You can invite top candidates for your job to apply to encourage them to apply sooner. So relax, employers. Let ZipRecruiter speed up your hiring. See for yourself. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/VIALL right now to try it for free. That's the same price as the genuine smile from a stranger. A perfect sunset or a cute dog running up to you and licking your hand. All of those are free, including just trying ZipRecruiter. Again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/VIALL. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Tyler, welcome to the Viall Files.
How's it going?
We're doing very well. How are you doing, man? This must be a crazy experience for you. Must be kind of surreal.
Yeah, it's wild. So I've been up since 3 a.m, starting to watch this show, and yeah, Instagram is going crazy right now.
Okay, oh shit, yeah. So you just started watching it. Where's your head at right now? That's got to be a kind of a surreal thing.
It is. That's exactly what it is. Watching myself on TV. Never thought I'd be here actually, but yeah, stayed up. Actually, woke up at 2:45. And yeah, it's fun. It's interesting. It's very interesting to see. I'm trying to stay away from the comments, but very interesting.
What is that? Have you seen anything harsh out there? Because we love you.
Yeah.
So far, we're only 3 episodes in.
Okay. Yeah. So far, nothing bad about me. But I do see my friends from the show getting cooked.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's getting it the hardest so far?
So far, it's Leo.
Okay.
Leo's getting it.
I fucking love that answer.
Fuck, you're so right.
Yeah, you're so fucking right. I fucking love you. That's great. Tyler, how did you end up on the show? I mean, this is, for me, the best reality TV show on right now. I just the authenticity and just the experiment. I'm transparent every season when I say like love for me is not blind. I don't know if you've seen my wife. She's gorgeous. She's I'm a little superficial in that regard. But all jokes aside, like looks do matter, right? And for at least for some people more than others. But what was your head like? You went into this, fully embracing the experiment. You really. I really believed in your authenticity. I mean, I think various people, it's just like, you're not sure why they signed up for you. You really had an earnest approach to it. And I'm just kind of curious, what drove you to embrace this very crazy experiment?
So I actually had no idea about the show. I don't watch reality TV. I barely watch TV as it is. I'm like an outdoors guy. Okay. So if I can do anything outside, I'd rather be outside. So I got reached out to on my LinkedIn. And I had to research and figure out what was going on. I was like, is this a scam? This has to be something fake. But at no point did they ask for money. So I was like, okay, I'll keep doing these interviews. And I got on the show and they explained the process and how it operates. And I was like, wow, this sounds very interesting. And I was the same way before. I've always dated women based off that first 5 seconds of, okay, she's pretty. But clearly that hasn't worked for me. So I was like, let's see how this works. And I went in there just not knowing anything. I didn't really do too much research to figure out like what people were wearing, how to act. I was like, I'll just go on, be myself. If no one likes me, I'll go back home. If someone loves me, then hey, it worked out. So I just went on just with not a care in the world. Some people were jotting down notes. I was like, I just want to talk to people.
Wow.
You are a very good talker. You're very smooth. I was very impressed. I was like, this guy's
Thank
good.
you. Thank you.
But it's like a genuine smooth.
Yeah, no, it's not-
It's not like
not-
like I think they were saying Nick was a very smooth talker, you know, and the women were kind of saying that about him. But it's like you're so genuine with your words, and it feels like you have just the kindest soul.
And that's what it was. I was just speaking from the heart. I think I never went in there with a plan. I know it got to some points where you would get in your head and like, what can I say? What to say? I had nothing. The few times I did try to write stuff down, I would go in there and, being on a date with Ashley, I would just get nervous and put my book down and just talk. It just became very natural. And I was like, it doesn't feel real until it was.
You know, something I noticed this season, and maybe I just wasn't paying attention to previous seasons, but I noticed like you guys are asking each other on a date, and I feel, is that new? Have I not seen that before?
I don't think they
And
have shown that before.
And so is that like is early on, are you just kind of talking to everyone, and as you start to develop feelings for someone, then you guys ask each other on a date to almost simulate like real life? Is that kind of how it works?
So yeah, it's pretty much up to you. And that's what I loved about this process. It made it so real on the inside. You have to send flowers. You have to plan dates. No one is nudging you like, hey, do this, do that. So if you wanted to have a date with someone and you wanted Chinese food, you have to set that up. So it does make it, semi-real without that wall. I mean, it is real, but with the wall in the way, you just got to say, hey, I'm going to plan food. What do you like to eat? Or you can just keep talking to this person through the wall and never have an experience outside of that conversation.
Actually, speaking of food, was it Chinese food or something you were eating on the scene?
That's exactly what I had.
Was it really good?
It looked so good.
It looked so fucking good.
It was amazing. It was so good. Even that, like, it's hard to eat because you're trying to talk to this person that you plan on marrying. So certain conversations come up and you just lose your appetite. And it's like, okay, I think I ended up taking that out of the pods and eating it later on. But yeah, it was amazing. It was so good.
Elephant in the room. Ashley's hot. Like, you must have been like, holy shit! Like, what the fuck? Like, what were you like when you were there? And by the way, Natalie and I, we've been to the pods. We got a tour of the pods not too long ago. And we got to do the whole like pretend reveal. We actually have some pictures of it. It was a lot of fun. But like, it's crazy when you think about like people like Tyler in that position. Like, what is going through your head right before the curtain comes up? Like, were you having conversations with yourself about like, well, if she's got a third eye, I'm still gonna love her, like
I had so many conversations with myself. But I had already put in my head that Ashley was gonna be the person that I proposed to. No matter what she looks like, I'm going to keep trying this. Just because we had such a deep connection. I know it's not shown every conversation, but some of these dates were 5 hours straight.
Wow.
So it was just deep conversations. And yeah, again, jackpot. I got lucky. I will say that.
But you're a pretty handsome guy. You guys look beautiful together. You really do.
Thank you. It was for me, it was great. I even told her, I was like, this is for you to have this personality wrapped, in this body, this beautiful soul, everything. I was like, this is perfect.
What do you feel like it was about Ashley that made you ultimately propose?
So it was from our first date, actually. You can't hear it in my voice, but it was cracking. I came in there so nervous, and I'm usually not like that in person. I can talk to anyone. But that whole experiment put me in like just heart racing. And she made me feel so calm and safe. And from then on, I could tell her anything. And she was just taking it. It wasn't no judgment on the other side of that wall. I can open up, and it just felt like she was the one I had to propose to. Like it didn't even compare to the other women at all.
I loved your line when you said to Ashley, what was it? Something about being safe.
I love you. You're safe.
I love you. You're safe. You're protected. Man, it was again like it was smooth, but so sincere, and I loved it. It was just like from the heart. It was really. It's really good, man.
Because as men, most of the time we're the protectors. It's rare that you find that person where it's like, I feel safe now. I always have to worry about your feelings. I have to make sure you're physically protected. But in this predicament, it was like, I just feel so comfortable and safe to say whatever.
Have you ever felt like that before in your love life?
No, never. I know you said you only seen the first few episodes, but as it goes on, I tell her like I've never felt this before in my life. And again, I came into this experiment completely blind. Not just Love is Blind, but I was blind, not knowing how this concept worked.
You mentioned some of your friends on there. Obviously, Leo's made some early noise. But like, who are the people you were closest with? From what you've seen out there, people talking about Leo, do you want to back your boy or offer some context? Do people have it wrong? Are we treating anyone unfairly? And by we, I mean just the internet in general. What would you have to say about some of your peers?
So I didn't talk to Leo as much as the other guys. So like Bodie, me and him were extremely close. Me, Garrett, Tim, but Leo didn't mention money to us. So this is surprising to watch. And I was like, oh shit.
He doesn't shut the fuck up about it when I was a TV show.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I had no clue. Like I knew he had a Rolex on one time and we just brought it up like Rolex. And he's like, oh yeah, it's my great grandfather's passed down. But at no point did he ever say to me like, I'm balling. I never heard that.
What's your read on Leo in terms of ready for love or not?
I think he came in there with pure intentions.
Okay.
And it's hard to watch. I've watched all the episodes, 1 through 6 so far, and I see how it looks like he may be trying to decide between two people. I don't know. I know from the few conversations I had with him, he was really genuine and he was actually trying to find his person in there.
Okay.
When you were in the initial stages of talking in the pods, was there anybody else that you had a strong connection with outside of Ashley, or was it always Ashley?
It was other people I dated, but nowhere near the strength of Ashley.
Yeah.
As you date, you chop or work people down to who you think you are best matched with. And it got to a point where I was like, I'm just dating to date. This is like, it's 15 other women. It's not even fun anymore. So it got to a point where I was like, I just want to focus on one person.
What did your family say about this experience? I guess both going into it and then coming out of it, not sure what happened or, if you're married or engaged or whatever. Either way, I am curious about what their response has been because again, like you probably don't know this. I went on a show called The Bachelor, very different people get engaged, but the proposition of getting engaged with someone you've never seen and then getting married to me is like, it makes The Bachelor look like fucking
Child's play.
Yeah. And it's just, and even then my parents were just like, are you sure you want to do this? What was it like for your family? Again, such a crazy experience. And like, I don't think I could do what you did. I mean, I don't think I have, despite being happily married, I just don't think I have it in me to do it. I don't know.
To date blindly.
To date blindly. I just don't think I could do it.
No, it's definitely a risk, a very, very high risk. And it could pay off or it couldn't. But my family, my mom, of course, same thing. She was like, are you sure? Like, what are you doing again? And I was like, look, when I get out there, I won't have contact. I'm taking my phone and she's like, are you sure these are people? Like, this is real? Or are you going to LA and they're just going to throw you in a van? And I was like, I don't think they're going to kidnap me. I'm pretty big. So she was concerned, very concerned. But, coming out, she backed me. I talked to her and she's been like my support system the entire way. Even to the show coming out, she called me at 4 a.m. just to, see how I'm doing. So she's been backing me this entire time.
You strike me as a man who has a good relationship with his mom.
Yeah, my mom is that's my dog. We talk all the time.
It's
but not a mama's boy. Not a mama's boy, but that's my homie.
I think mama boys have bad reps. I think you could be a mama's boy and still have a healthy relationship. The question is does your mom do your laundry?
Your mom does your laundry.
Hell no.
Yeah, see? And then he has a completely healthy relationship.
Nick's mom does his laundry when we're with.
That's not the same. When you go home for the holidays and mom is already doing laundry,
she has
why
a
you gotta
point.
call me out like that?
just saying.
You just throw yours in there with it. Why not?
I'm sure she's done Tyler's laundry, but I'm just saying the man.
You're like, Mom, this has a stain on it. Can you please get it out? Mom.
Listen, I'm jealous. I'll be honest. I wish my mom was still doing my laundry. I hate folding laundry.
Speaking of family and your mom, it sounds like your mom has sacrificed a lot for you, and it seems like you struggled a lot in your childhood. How do you feel like that has shaped you to the person you are today? You seem to be a really great person, but how do you feel like that has shaped you?
I think it put me in the search of love. To be honest, my mom didn't show love. She didn't have time to. So there was never I love yous. There was no hugs good night. It was we're surviving. And that was her way of showing love. And that's all she had to give. She was at her, the last drop that she had to give us. So for me, I just would watch movies and try to find some way to like build my own mindset of what love is. Take every relationship I dated, and because I really didn't know what love was. My first time my mom told me she loved me, I was actually getting sent overseas with the military. And I was like,
Wow.
what? So I'm on this airplane and I'm thinking the whole time, like, damn, my mom just said she loves me. Very strange.
Wow.
But I was 19 years old. So it took some time. But it helped me build who I am today, just wanting love and loving love so much. And that was my big thing when I was going through the interview process with Love is Blind. I was letting them know, like, I just love love. Even if it hurts me, I have tattoos about love. It's just, if you're not living for love, what are you doing?
Damn. I love
Beautiful.
I love the fuck out of you is a great one as well.
Yeah, that's great. I forgot about that. I love the
Yeah.
It's so
Just
passion.
passion.
Yeah, it is.
I love
gets
that.
in you.
You're a really handsome guy, if you don't mind me saying. And I'm curious, in the bubble, I'm curious about your strategy. Were you thinking, like, at some point, were you trying to describe yourself? Like, especially with Ashley, once you like someone, every time we like someone, even a regular dating setting, we're kind of compelled to showcase ourselves, talk, like we're trying to sell ourselves because we like someone, So, like, what was your strategy going in? And once you started making a connection with Ashley, how did you, you couldn't go by your looks and things like that. And, I don't know you in real life, but like, you are a handsome guy. And like, how did you go about trying to avoid, conversations about looks, or did you tap into it all? It seems like you were more open to it than Ashley was a little bit. So like, what was your approach on that?
I tried to stay away from looks, only because, and this is not to brag, but I've never had issues dating women. I've got the compliments, but I've also got the hits where it's like, oh, he's light skinned, he's a piece of shit. He's, the whole concept of he's a light skinned man. So I didn't want to put that out at all. I didn't want to mention looks because I want you to if you're going to love me for who I am. And then if you see me and think I'm attractive, it's a plus. How I felt when I seen Ashley. The only thing I gave Ashley was I have freckles. So it just threw her off completely.
Very misleading.
Because she doesn't know. Yeah, it's like, I was like, I have freckles. She was like, I have freckles on my hand. And I was like, do you? And I was like, okay. And then her last name's like Adiancer. Her family's French. So it's just, we gave
Y'all were throwing each other through loops.
So I was like, yes. Yep. There's a couple times with other dates, I was like, oh yeah, I'm white, I'm bald. I just throwing people off.
What did you think Ashley looked like? Did you have an idea in your head?
I had no, it's weird. I couldn't put a face on her if I wanted to. And even when I thought about it, I didn't want to, because I didn't want to let myself down or build myself up to think that it's going to be this person this supermodel. And no, I didn't want to think like that. So I really tried not to think about looks, and I was trying to get myself ready for what's on the other side of that wall. I was like, you know what? I'm here for it.
What do you do for work again? I see account manager. What do you do?
Yeah. So now I run a company. We just started it in February. It's temporary walls. So it's for construction companies, for anyone that's doing commercial renovation. We come in, set up. We actually create this high-tech wall that stops people from seeing that you have construction going on. It's a very classy drywall, very fancy.
Wow.
What's the name of the company? Want to plug it?
Yeah, Temporary Wall Systems.
Okay. All right, period. Got a website?
Period.
Yep. Yes, temporarywallsystems.com.
All right.
Period. We got an Instagram account at Temporary Wall
Yeah,
Systems.
Temporary Wall Systems IG.
Yeah, everything. So I'm actually running it by myself. So there's an owner of the company. He bought it out, and then he was looking for an account manager to start it up and run it. So for the past 9 months, I've been running this company by myself.
Hell yeah.
Get it.
When did you guys film this?
Yeah.
It's a while back, because I know they film a while, then things are kind of put on hold.
Yep. So day one was October 1st
Okay.
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 of last year. So literally just rolling into a year.
Wow.
Wow.
That's actually not as
Not
far
that
off
bad,
as I
yeah.
thought it would be.
Was it weird just kind of like having this crazy life experience, however it ended for you, and then just going back to your life?
It was very weird. Because again, you meet this group of people that are, I don't know if anyone's experienced any military people, but you build these bonds with the guys and, the girls, where it seems like we went through this experiment and we're friends. So they always want to link up and hang out. And it's just like, we got to get back to normal life. This is no more Love is Blind right now. We have to go back to work and live normal.
I have a question for you. I don't think it was you, but there was another couple. I think it was Marissa and was it Bodan, maybe?
And Ramses or Bodhi, she dated both of them.
Yeah.
I think it was Bodhi, but they were asking each other if being in the military was a yellow flag.
Yeah.
And I was really fascinated by that conversation, but they didn't really elaborate as to why they asked that question, at least in the first 3 episodes. I'm curious, do you have any thoughts on that, or why they might have asked each other that question?
So most military, I know for military men, it's 100% red flag. Everyone will tell you you're a red flag, but it's not me being in the military in my past. It's current military members, because they travel so much and they're known for cheating or leaving you and never coming back. So it gets a bad rep.
Okay.
So whenever someone, especially any woman that meets a man, she's like, I don't want to date any military man at all.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for
So I
sharing.
think since they're both out, they consider it a yellow flag.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right, that makes sense. I mean, I thought it was
Yeah.
something like that, but they didn't really get into it. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, wait, what? Why?
There's actually there's a good amount of veterans in this group, right? I mean, Steven also served, right?
Yeah, I think it was about 7 of us.
Is that just, you think it's more
Yeah, it
based off your guys' location being in the DC area?
Oh, absolutely. If you're getting out the military with any type of clearance or want to work in any consultant or high government job, it pays well. So you have to come to the DMV. Why not?
Okay.
There you go.
Love that. Well, man, we've really enjoyed you so far. Best of luck the rest of the way. We are excited to follow your and Ashley's journey. I'm rooting for you, man. I hope you guys.
Thank you. Please keep watching.
No, we
definitely
are.
will.
We definitely
we
will.
will definitely keep watching. I'm rooting for both of you guys. You guys seem great. I hope you guys work out. If not, I'm sure there are reasons, but you guys seem like you're fun to root for. Yeah, you both of you. So I'm rooting for the both of you guys.
Thank you so much. And that's how I try to keep it lighthearted and fun. If you're yourself, people will like you or they won't. Who gives a damn?
All right. Well,
But thank you for having me.
Well,
Seriously.
appreciate you.
I
Thanks
really
for coming.
appreciate it.
Thanks for taking the time, buddy.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. What a lovely guy.
Truly, I loved him on the first 3 episodes. I was
I
like,
fucking
this
love
is.
you when you said that.
I love the fuck out of
I
you.
love the fuck out of you. Passionate guy. And a
Passionate.
voice. What a great voice. Made for love. You know what's funny? Nally and I, we're busy people. So we were on our way to the taping of Dancing with the Stars, which is out on Monday. Joey and Kelsey, by the way, will be joining us on Tuesday's episode of Reality Recap following Joey's performance. Anyway, we were busy.
His voice.
What? What's wrong with my voice?
Suspense.
It's like dramatic reading.
We're busy. So I'm driving. We're watching Love is Blind on the phone. But because I'm a careful driver, I have my wife in the passenger seat, I'm just listening to Love is Blind in the pods. So it is kind of very fascinating. You should try it. You should try listening to these people talk, and you really just hear their voices, and you don't really. I mean, I knew what they looked like because I was watching it before, but it is very fascinating to watch Love is Blind without watching Love is Blind or just listening to it. You really get for example, Nick. Nick really does have a sexy voice, and I didn't think about that until I was listening to Nick on Love is Blind and not watching him, because you just, when you take away one of your senses, it elevates the others. Anyways, it was just kind of fascinating to watch.
Do you think
Interestingly,
Nick's voice doesn't match his appearance?
No, I don't.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
It matches his vibe, but yeah, it doesn't match. Nick seems like what last season, Jimmy was all the ladies were he's a stud. He speaks very confidently. They all thought he was just this fucking absolutely gorgeous man. And then he wasn't.
No, don't.
Oh, and then they met him.
Yeah.
No, come
What?
on.
That's
He's not.
fucking-
He is handsome.
He is handsome. But I'm just saying, sometimes when you watch, you think
You've got a good point. Both
you
of
have
them
an idea
both
of
of them had the reputation of having a sexy voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then everybody saw them and were like, wow, the voice doesn't match the visual.
I think he's smart how he went about it too, because I'm like, I think it would be really hard to not try to like envision what you think is on the other side of the wall. But like the more that you push away from that and you're just like, well, whatever happens, I'm okay with it, because like that's how you get disappointed, as we saw with Jimmy and Chelsea. Was she put Megan Fox out there and then he looked like an asshole.
That was crazy. Fucking Leo. As soon as it opens up and Leo's like, I'm an art dealer. I'm like, that's a pretty cool fucking gig.
I thought
And
so
then
too.
Leo was just like, I'm rich. And then I don't know who he was talking to. Maybe it was Brittany. And then they found out he was an art dealer. She's like, I love Picasso. And then
no,
he
it was Hannah, and she
Yeah.
and she's like, he said, who's your favorite artist? And she said Van Gogh, and he was like, me too.
And I was like, this guy's definitely not an art dealer. I don't know art, but I just feel like an art dealer wouldn't be like, yeah, fucking Van Gogh, man. Like, duh.
Yeah. No, he's definitely an art dealer. You can tell.
What can you tell?
He has like the slightly like not like kind of awkwardly social.
I just think Nick's just trying to say that he would assume that an arts dealer would have some more like
niche
niche,
take on art.
yeah.
But I think he was just dumbing himself down for the sake of like
You
the
think so?
conversation. I think for the
That's
Van
fair.
Gogh part of
He
it.
seems like a lovely guy. Honestly, he seems like he's got a nice little heart.
Yeah.
You know, but he does give rich kid.
Oh, for sure. He's been used for his money, so now he leads with his money. Like, it's a way of coping.
And I'm not even trying to say this is a criticism. He talks like a person who can kind of buy his way out of problems.
Yeah.
Where he was talking to Brittany and he was like, I'm going to do something nice for you. I don't even know what it is yet, but I'm going to do something really nice. And it was just like, okay, that's definitely a rich kid. Like, it's just like, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I know I can buy it, you know?
It was even describing the ring for me. Sorry, but I was just like, what woman doesn't want a giant oval diamond on a gold band?
I gotta say though, it came out much smoother than I expected when he delivered that.
The dainty fingers.
Yeah, but for me, it was a little hard because it was like he's doing that, like digging himself out of a ditch. She's upset with him, so he's like, you know what? Let me buy you something. Let me give you like a
It's gonna
fantasy
be a
of engagement.
huge, massive rock,
Like-
right? That's what you'd want, like a huge, gigantic, huge
And a
pair
tiny
of
little band. Tiny little band. Can't even see the band.
I will say the several comments he made about her voice. He was like, I feel like despite your voice, you're and it's like, what's wrong with her fucking voice? And maybe she has opened up and we didn't see it. Maybe she said she's been, I don't know, criticized for her voice. I feel like her voice is totally fine. And he said it like several times of like, I feel like just like maybe like because of your voice, people think you're dumb. But I was like, whoa.
he has no filter.
No.
Yeah.
It's like he says a lot of off-putting things, but definitely doesn't mean to.
That, and it's like, I don't know, the whole like, I'm so concerned about like a woman just using me for my money. And I'm sorry, because this is no disrespect to Brittany at all whatsoever. But even that conversation that they had where it was
The
like,
50-50.
I need expensive things.
Yeah.
I like to buy things. You should, and I was fully taken care of. I was like, so everything that you're saying is a red flag to you and that you're afraid of, you're hearing on the other end and goes,
I think that's honestly pretty human though.
do you think?
It's just like, Brittany was, she's an very attractive lady, right? And she was.
It's not against Brittany at all. But
No,
I
no,
think that
I'm
she's
not
being
saying that.
forthcoming.
I'm just saying I'm using Brittany as an example as someone who like Brittany's is kind of talks how she's led with her looks. I think most of her life she was fully taken care of in a relationship, and and I just think even though you can get self-conscious about being used in a certain way, even though that's kind of what you're used to. If you've always been complimented for your looks, right? The whole time, like, you're good looking. Yeah, you think you're good looking. You probably lead using your looks, but you can also become self-conscious about people only seeing you as one way, even though you have a habit of leaning into that thing that always works as well. I think it's very human.
But what I'm talking about though is that I'm saying Leo's saying these are my red flags. These are what I'm afraid of, and then he hears everything being said that is his red flags, and he goes, which that is human, but it's also such a common thing where it's like you're saying, I don't want this. You hear it, and then you're like, no, okay, I'll overlook that. And it's like, well, Hannah doesn't give a shit about what you do.
It's probably an insecurity and a safety net, knowing that someone appreciates his money. He wants someone to both appreciate that he has the money, but not use him for it. And
yeah.
that's kind of like almost impossible to figure out which one it is. I all I'm saying is like, he's ridiculous. And every time Leo speaks, I'm just like laughing out loud in the best possible way. But I do think he's like an earnest. I don't think he's like shady or anything like that. And I don't think he's He seems earnest.
Yeah.
But then I was like, the other thing that rubbed me the wrong way was at the end of it, where it was like, it seemed like when Hannah told him that she was going for the other guy, all of a sudden his options got taken away from him.
Sure.
And then he starts panicking and being like, no, but like, is this final? Is this final? But it's like, you didn't feel this way. You didn't have this level of passion these last 2 episodes. And all of a sudden you get told it's not your choice anymore. And you turned into a baby brat.
The rich boy came out for sure.
Right.
You know, I just like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I guess I don't fault him for it because it's like, it doesn't feel malicious. Like
No.
he's open that he's a fucking rich kid.
Yeah.
And he just acts like a rich kid at times and probably doesn't even realize it. I mean, so I think, did he look kind of shady for that? But I just think that's how he reacts to these situations.
Yeah.
That's what I find him fascinating is because he's clearly saying a lot of things that make you go, what the fuck are you doing, Leo?
Yeah.
It doesn't come from this place of manipulation
No, I
for
don't think
me.
so.
Or, you know, like it comes from a slightly out of touch rich kid who is just trying to figure himself out. Like everyone else has his own insecurities, but has this like large sum of money that is kind of always been his like, get me out of problems things. And you just kind of become Leo.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just kind of fascinating.
I will say I was pleasantly surprised by Nick.
Thank you.
I like definitely thought he was gonna be, kind of like the typical villain
Yeah.
on this show, and he is so surprising. It feels really genuine. I really feel like he's there for the right reasons, and I like him a lot. So
The way he talked to Hannah, I think it was episode 2 or 3, but and the smile that was on her face where it was like, no, he's giving her everything that she needed to hear that Leo is not capable of, I don't even know, feeling or processing at that time.
mhm.
Where I was like, this guy was just like, I love you for you. I could give 2 shits less what's on the other side. And it was just like, I cried a couple times. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I got
Sarah.
teared up and emotional.
Wow.
It's
I didn't cry yet.
Oh, I cried at the reveal for I think Tyler and Ashley, and then I don't know. I can't remember the other time I cried, but like I'm just like really loving like the couples that are ending up together. Taylor and
Garrett.
They
I
are
love them.
perfect for each other.
They
we
seem like
love
they're
our,
on a
we
TV
love our
show.
like perfect our nerds,
Like,
you know.
It feels
Him-
like characters.
Him like explaining the way he feels, and it's like he's
Oh, yeah.
using his scientific terms, and he's like the molecules and Heisenberg, and it's like
She's
I could
yes-anding
never
it.
understand, but I am loving it.
Their
But yeah,
tattoos.
like how Natalie said, it's just though, like, I think he was just describing the visceral feelings in a scientific way. And it was like, which I appreciated because it's like, oh, so that's what it's like to be in these pods, this experiment where he's just like kind of describing out loud. I don't know, it's kind of funny and fascinating. I couldn't help but wonder, it seems like this season in particular so far, it's just like, despite it being Love is Blind, you're getting a lot of couples that seem to make a lot of sense, that they like fit. And even in the looks department, you're just like, wow, they seem to be each other's equals. Like they seem to fit. Like that's the thing about Love is Blind, which is fascinating because like you can connect on every level. And once you see each other, how they look, whether you choose to love the person no matter what and tell yourself that I don't care what they look like, you're still going to respond.
Yeah.
You're still going to have a feeling about it. And you're still going to think to yourself whether this is the type of person you would normally date or not.
Right.
And do you think it's organic or do you think the producers are kind of subtly trying to steer people in a direction, so that it does work out?
No, I think it is organic because I'm like, you're finding people, obviously, because they're all getting to talk to each other in the beginning, but you're watching people kind of find the other one that speaks their language or that, can bond on commonalities that like typically you wouldn't have these types of conversations in the first, second, third date, So it's like, even whether it's the opening up from trauma, but it doesn't feel like Bachelor where it's like trauma dump. It feels like, no, I feel safe enough. We've been talking for 5 hours. Let's get into it. And then just like watching these people be so vulnerable and finding the comfort in the other person. It's just, it's kind of beautiful to watch. It's turning me into such a softie.
Oh.
I'm excited for the season.
Taylor's giving a little Olivia Munn.
She really is.
Yeah.
She
Ooh,
really
yeah.
is. That's why I said listening to the two of them talk, it made me feel like watching a really well-written TV show where it's like two characters that just make the most sense. Because she's like, oh, I'm going to play hard to get. And he's like, well, all right, here's the giant flower
Yeah,
arrangement.
yeah.
And I'm just like,
No, they're great. I really like them.
Not hard to get, hard to earn.
Hard to earn.
I
like I
love
was
it.
like, get it.
Right after they met, and then they kind of like they're obviously clearly just they're
Shy, nervous.
shy, nervous, like the world's spinning, and then they're like, wait, let's stand back up, and then a few inches taller than her, Garrett goes to Taylor. Yeah, we're good.
It's
It was very endearing. It was just he was just wanted to make sure because despite being love is blind, he just wanted to make sure he was an inch taller.
It's funny. I yelled at my computer. I was like, "Take your heels off," because she was like, "Are
Tall.
you sure?"
I really respected too out of their relationship, like Taylor's perspective on race. And I'm glad they left it in where she was like, I was hiding my race because in the dating field, being Asian is sometimes like a hindrance to like the mainstream dating pool.
Mhm.
And I think like the way that Garrett responded to it, being like, I don't care.
Yeah.
He was like, I mean, all my girlfriends have been white, but like, I'm not looking at you for like your race.
right.
And like, as of now, they're a happy couple.
I am excited to watch their relationship continue to unfold.
All right, so we got Taylor and Garrett are already
Ashley and Tyler.
engaged. After
We're waiting to find out about Leo, Brittany, Hannah, or Nick and Hannah, and Marissa with Bowden and Ramses are kind of our top couples.
We
I
also
think,
have
right
Monica
now.
and Steven.
You know what I thought was really endearing
Oh yeah,
about
Monica
Brittany?
and Steven. I love them.
Because Brittany kind of gave earlier on that she was like played the game a little bit. Like when she was like, "I'm not ready. Maybe this isn't for me. I might leave," and then Leo like didn't. And in that moment, I was like, "Oh, I think she's being a little manipulative. I feel like she's like, I'm out, whatever."
Mhm.
But there was at the end of episode 3 when Hannah was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go with Nick," and then everyone's talking about it. Brittany got like really endearingly excited and hugged Hannah.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? And I just totally misread Brittany. I would have thought that she would like, because we like what we can't have. We like it when people like the people we like because it adds more, it's the perception of value to those people. And I thought it was really endearing that it made me think her feelings for Leo are that much more authentic because like she could add a different reaction, almost like, oh, well, what's wrong with Leo? Why don't you want Leo, Hannah? A lot of people in that position would get in their head, and she didn't, and that made me think that she's more authentic about her feelings than I imagined she was.
I also felt for her when they were having that conversation and she puts the blanket over her head because she was like, it's hard for me to be happy about the situation thinking that my husband didn't choose me. Where I'm like, that's also something so real in for a reality TV setting that we're
Yeah.
still talking about what's actually going on. But yeah, like she's going to have to watch that back. And that's something that she has to either accept. And I don't know, like where I'm like, if I were her watching back episode 3, I don't know what ends up obviously happening with them. But I'm like watching this guy be like, no, I choose you. And if he does end up asking for Brittany.
He's totally going to. He's totally going
Totally.
to.
Also, that
Oh,
I can't.
no.
I can't.
He
And
said,
him
"I
doing
know
it
you
to
like
both of
that."
them, him doing it to both of them is like
Mm.
She's like, I don't feel comfortable doing that back to you. Get it, girl.
love.
I kind of loved that.
Yeah.
I love.
Does she know he's doing it with both?
I don't think so.
No.
No.
She will soon.
Do you think she doesn't want to do it back because she's not the only one, or it's just kind of one big ick?
I think it's cringy.
No, I think that was
I think
something.
that's why.
I think it was
I
a
think it's-
moment that they like shared, and then he was saying like, "I'm asking both of y'all what like rings you want," and then he tried to do it. She's like, "No, I don't feel comfortable doing that back. Like you're like gonna ask her the same question about like her ring, and like that's not fair."
Yeah.
So
1,000%. It's like pet names and stuff. It's like if you were to call somebody else chicken in front of Natalie, I'm sure she'd be like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Like that's something that's supposed to be reserved for you, and then to find out you're doing it with just anybody that you're dating, like you're like, okay.
But also, I
Sick.
feel like, there are like babe and baby and all of those that do get like thrown around so often that you can't,
Just saying specific. Like if that's supposed to be your thing, you don't do that with somebody else. I
The-
would murder Connor for less.
Is
Yeah.
I fucking love that you said that. It's fucking cool. I fucking love that.
You're so fucking right.
You're
God, you're so fucking right.
you're so
God,
fucking
you're so
right.
fucking
God, I
right.
fucking love that answer. I want to have Leo on. Just gonna be like, great fucking answer, man. Great fucking answer. That's a great. No, what do we think of Steven?
Love.
He's
I
sweet.
love him.
Wholesome.
I
Lots
love-
of therapy.
love
He's really been in
Monica and
therapy.
Steven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He owns the cheating. So
Yeah, they seem very like they seem really great for each other. I feel like the you can tell he has put in the work. I feel like
Mhm.
the therapy really shines through. He seems very self-aware. I like him.
He seems like he's done all the work where I feel like he might be just a little too intense.
Say more.
He's done obviously so much work, and I think sometimes, anyone who has to, deal with infidelity, especially if, people make mistakes, and sometimes, a lot of people will say like, I never thought I would do it, and then I did it, and then you have to wear that, as he said, that kind of label, the scarlet letter or whatever. And so I get why he's very earnest about it, because he doesn't want to joke about something that's serious.
Yeah.
But I can't help but wonder if he's, all the therapy where he's just he wants to make sure that you believe his sincerity. And I feel like I've been in his shoes before. I feel like I've been that guy who like wants to make sure that you're not being disingenuous or anything like that, that you almost take everything a little too serious. And I would like to see a goofy side of Steven, because right now it's just very communicative. I'm in therapy. I'm doing the work. I've had my baggage, and it's just like, I know, but can we just kind of joke around for a little bit? Like I hope I see that side of him, but it's still early.
I felt that way too with Tim and Alex, where I was like glad that he said it, where he was like, I just feel like we've been having every serious conversation, and it's just nice to have fun with you for once. But I'm like, I guess, you know what else is really cool about all of these different relationships is that they are so different. Like some of them are connecting on a deeper level. Some of them are getting goofy and then going serious. And it's not this like there's no formula to it, which is dating in general. But I think that that's also what makes the show seem so authentic and awesome.
Yeah.
It's like, because no two dating stories are typically the same.
Well, we're excited to see more, and we'll get to episodes 3 through 6 next week, Tuesday on Reality Recap. All right, Golden Bachelorette. Why did Gary have to show up? I didn't need it. We got so many great golden men.
Yeah.
And honestly, having all these great men made me think, why couldn't I have that? I don't want to shit on Gary, but
Well, we only have one Golden Bachelorette or Bachelor. And that's
Yeah.
Gary.
No, I know.
I feel like that tracks for
I know
franchise.
I know why they did it. I just didn't.
It was weird though the way he was talking. It was kind of like a lecture of like, do you think this? Well, and it's like, to me, that's not the help I need.
Yeah. Why are
Like-
you feeding me the question and then the answer?
yeah.
Well, I mean, because that's the thing. He wasn't like in LA, just happened to be like dressed up with a car just in case Joan got nervous. I don't know. It's just, I didn't need it. Fresh off the divorce.
That's what I was going to say. Also, it's like, are you the person that I need the advice from?
Yeah.
Asking Joan is talk about projecting. Fuck, man. Let her maybe fall in love with one of these guys and let her planting the seed that maybe one of these guys aren't here.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, man. Maybe not, Gary, but let her live. Fuck. I don't know. Charles is still stealing our hearts.
Ugh,
Yeah.
Love him.
With the kickball?
Yes.
So sweet.
Well, I was even thinking with Guy when he was just, sat Guy down and just like wanted to know something about, with his wife's passing.
Mhm.
And
And that was also such a sweet moment from Guy to just be like, it has nothing to do with the brain aneurysm. It wasn't, there wasn't something else. There
because
wasn't,
he was like
it was
worried that
like-
maybe she had also like suffered in a way that he couldn't understand or explain. And it was just a sweet moment. I mean, I'm obviously into Joan's love story, but like the friendships you see these men have and you hear about it really just warms your heart. It's great.
Did you notice that they tried giving Kim the villain edit again?
I don't know what's a villain edit, but he's the one who wrote the song.
I saw it too. I was like, for a second though, I did think
It's
I
not
had Justin
me.
pop into
It's
my
not
head
me,
being
but-
like,
What did I miss?
he was just sitting by himself, like, well, all the guys are like hanging out or whatever, and he's sitting down writing the song. But it the way that they showed it was almost like all of the guys have camaraderie, and then there's Kim sitting there like journaling.
Because
and
then he
it comes-
shows up and he's like, we need to sing this. And they're all like, this is your song, not ours. And he's like, no, we need to sing it. So like they had this
He is the
weird.
captain.
He is the
Yeah.
captain. I see where you get where you're getting that from. I was like, because I was waiting for something for him to like complain, because I don't think we've seen one man complain
No.
in this group. And when he didn't, I was like, okay, no, it's just like a little misleading. Though.
I do think the song got him sent home.
You think so?
Well, let's
He sang out of the limo,
let's
no?
review. Jack sang on a limo.
Oh,
Gone. Kim sang a song. Gone. And as we know, like, listen, short of you being John Mayer, and even if you're John Mayer, it's still kind of weird to serenade people
Yeah.
That's true.
in public.
Yeah,
On camera.
Hey, stand there while I sing you a song.
for 2
What?
minutes.
Yeah.
Do you know how to make someone uncomfortable? Just sing to them.
And like, what if nobody knows if like Joan's like least favorite activity is karaoke. Like, what if it was something like that where she's like, great, these men are singers. Where are we going to have to do this next?
I mean, if Celine Dion showed up at my front door and sang to me,
I'm uncomfortable.
I would be a little uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Oh no, I would love it.
Me too.
I'd be like, keep going.
Let's do whatever you say, goddess.
No, I would tell you, I would feel honored and privileged, and I would be like, oh my God, Celine Dion is
But
singing.
it's more
I'd
so
also
just
be
like, how do you react?
Yeah, what am I
you're
supposed
just
to do
like,
here?
that was so good.
The equivalent of being sung happy birthday at your birthday in a public place.
Yeah, which is, have you ever had a good time?
No,
No.
because you go, I don't know what to do with my hands. Somebody's filming me the whole time. I'm just staring at these candles. Like, oh my God, I love you guys all so much. How long is this song?
Yeah.
It becomes increasingly longer.
It's
with
like, oh, there's
doing
another
that.
verse.
It really
Oh,
does.
great.
It's like another happy birthday. to- Oh, we're going again.
Oh,
okay. All right.
Am I one? Am I two? Come on.
No, I think Kim sang a song, and she walks right into the producers like, get him the fuck out.
Yeah.
I'll make sure I cry when I don't give him a rose, but I will not hear another song.
Fair.
I do like Kim, though. I thought he was
I
very
thought he was sweet too.
And who's the sleep apnea?
Greg.
Greg went home? Yeah,
Mhm.
sleep apnea. Honestly, maybe they sent him home because they're like, this guy cannot die on our watch.
And then there's Charles being like, I'm gonna get the medicine to like help everybody else.
Yeah, that was
I was like,
actually
oh,
so
that's
cute.
sweet.
The little bit of them like
That was
shopping
amazing.
for
The
Yeah.
earplugs?
snoring. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was sweet.
I hope they grab like strips.
Also, question: when you get massages, are you butt naked?
No.
I don't.
Okay, but it's a thing people
no,
do.
I wear underwear.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Same.
they almost, I really kind of feel like they almost guilt you into taking all your clothes off.
Oh, you want to talk about something?
Yeah, what-
Okay.
Every massage we go to, we had one for my amazing birthday.
Yeah.
It's just like, well, you take off all your clothes, and if you're more comfortable, you can leave your underwear on, but like, it's almost like you can do this, but like you're supposed to take off all your clothes. It's kind of the vibe.
They said that to you?
That they always say it in some way where it's just like they want me to get naked. Like it's the thing to do. Like if you really know how to get a massage, you're
Yeah.
supposed to get naked.
That's weird. I feel like I'm always told like, okay, you're gonna take down to your underwear and then you'll get under the blanket. But like I've never been opted to like keep my bra on.
I feel like no one has ever said a word to me. They're just like, all right, here's robe and slippers. Like, do as you fucking
No,
please.
I honestly-
could have like a turtleneck and sweatpants on under that thing, and they'd be like, well, we'll figure it out somehow.
Every time I get a massage, there's always this moment where I'm like, I'm a coward. I'm going to keep my underwear on.
It might.
Every
you feel
time.
like shamed.
I feel ashamed that I'm keeping my underwear on because I feel like the pro thing to do is to get fucking naked. And I'm like, I've had too many massages
Yeah.
to be wearing my underwear. Like I'm a child.
It might be a guy thing because like that's how I experience it too. Is like the expectation is if you're like really dedicated, take the underwear off.
Yeah.
If not, like leave it on. It's gonna
I
get in the
feel
way.
like a kid in high school who was like,
the locker
do I
room.
keep my swim shorts on when I take a shower, or do I take them off? And like that's how I feel every time I get a massage. I'll let you know if I'm alone.
That's so funny. I've never heard that.
Neither have
Yeah,
I.
weird.
I've never like questioned what I'm gonna. It's always like, all right, like bras coming off, panties staying on.
Yeah.
It's like, it's never a
Done.
thought.
I feel like in this golden bachelor house, one of the guys is like dropped his drawers and it's like, what? And they're like, no, not here.
Well, I will say I did feel bad for him because I feel like even though they said Joan got it, I was like, these 60, 70-year-old men are throwing themselves across a field and like acting like they're 33. You know that they were like, we need to get a sports medicine massage in because half these guys aren't going to be able to walk tomorrow.
Yeah.
And so with that, I was explaining to Justin, I was like, there's a difference between physical therapy masseuse and a massage masseuse. And I'm like, I think he was there just to like loosen up the tendons and like help out with the muscles and everything. He's not there to give you like a full body Swedish massage. So pulling out your everything, the guy was like, no, that's not what we're doing here. Did you not see that?
He said fresh sheets, right?
Yeah.
He's like, let me grab you some fresh sheets.
But he was also like, oh, okay,
Okay, perfect.
this is what we're doing.
One more gripe about massages.
Give it
Since
to
we're on the
us.
topic. The whispering. Especially right when I'm
Love.
like being expected. You love that.
Love. I don't need them to be like, so, how's the pressure? I like the pressure. Okay. What I don't like about massages, they don't spend enough time on the feet.
Oh,
Don't touch my feet.
yeah, I'm with you,
Touch it a
Justin.
little bit, but don't stay on it.
No, like they're spending more time on my thighs, and it's like my thighs.
Give
Like
them
I
some
walk
direction.
around on my feet all the
Give them some
time.
direction.
I know I should. My sister is a massage therapist, and she always says it's so funny because she's like, women will come in and be like, sorry, like I didn't shave my legs, and she's like, I work on men. Like,
Yeah.
She's like, it literally doesn't even cross my mind. It doesn't cross. It's the same with like any sort of procedure. You know, it's like patients used to like shave for certain procedures. It's like, we're not looking at this shit. Or it's like before I gave birth to River. It's like, should I shave? It's like, no.
Do you know what's about to happen to you?
Yeah. Hell no.
Hair or no hair is not going to make a difference.
Bitch, I don't need to be itchy too. God.
Wait, I do have a really funny massage like story. So I used to get massages like kind of, this sounds bougie, but like every other month when I was like younger.
Oh my God.
Because my mom would do it. And I was like, bring me along. I'll do the 30-minute while you do like the 1 hour or whatever. Note to self, don't ever do it when you have like a runny or stuffy, like stuffed nose. No. So I'm laying on this table and I can see like the snot hanging. And she's like, her feet are under me because it's a table in a room. So she's like massaging me. And I'm like the whole time, I'm like, don't drop. Please don't drop.
Justin.
Don't drop. And it's like,
just kind of...
no, because it's embarrassing. I was like on
also,
the table.
His hands are like back. You got to be like, like you disrupt the whole process by. It's also like I'm nervous to scratch. What if they're like?
I always have a scratch.
That's the thing.
It's in the first 5
there's
minutes.
always
There's
an
always a
itch,
fucking
but it's like
scratch.
I'm worried they're going to be like, oh, did I do something? You know, if you start moving around, I don't know.
And then they go, and they whisper in your ear, "Is everything okay?" I'm, Jesus fucking Christ.
Well, for Nyx, the woman, I was like, she was using her hands and she was like, how's the pressure? And I was like, actually, like, could you go a little bit harder, you know? And she's like, yeah, sure. So she went a little harder with her hands. I'm like, perfect. Oh, that feels perfect. And then she goes in with her elbow with the exact same pressure. And she goes over a knot. And you know, like when they hit a knot with an elbow, like there's cracking, there's like, that shit's painful. And as soon as she went over that knot, she was like, how's that pressure? And it fully knocked like the breath out of me. I didn't answer. I couldn't speak. I was like, and for the rest of I couldn't say anything ever again. And so she just continued to go over that knot.
She paralyzed you.
Which truly, I was like, I was shook to my core. I went mute.
I love a good elbow knot.
Ooh, I do not. Anyways, all right. Well,
on to next week.
Kim went home. Greg went home.
Joan.
CK went home.
Joan did have her moment where she was like,
K.
I'm going to be honest with everybody. I'm not ready to fully move on, which was really sweet.
But I feel like that's so relatable with these men. I feel like so many of them, you know, aren't in a space where they want to move on and forget about their partners. And it's like,
I just didn't need Gary. Give me any of those other sweet men to come and comfort Joan and give her some perspective on life or whatever. I didn't need Gary. Just didn't. I didn't need Big Bird.
Nope.
I love Gary.
What do you love about Gary?
I just think he's so sweet, and I just feel like he's just very like innocent and just kind, and he's very much like, I feel like he's also somebody who maybe hasn't experienced a lot of kindness in his life, because every time like Joan does the tiniest gesture, like he's so moved and so touched by it. So, and I'm not saying that like I know that, but I'm just saying I'm like the way that he's so filled with gratitude anytime someone's just moderately kind to him, it warms my heart.
This is Golden Batch, Gary?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about, I thought you were talking about Gary the contestant.
No, that sounds like, wait.
No. Talking about Golden Batch Gary?
Yeah, Golden Batch.
Never mind. I take back everything I said.
I
was talking about Gary the contestant. I love him. Sorry.
I was like, rewind, wait.
And I would have loved to have that Gary.
Yeah.
Have a conversation with Joan.
There you go.
So sorry.
Didn't need the old Gary.
Sierra left the building and came back.
Fresh off of divorcing Teresa.
Facts.
Yeah.
It was completely unnecessary. The kickball, though, I don't think I've laughed so hard in a minute.
The slow motions.
The slow motion, the them
was it slow motion?
Of them like kicking the ball, like running to it.
Or falling and just sliding, and like the voiceover of, we're all thinking like we're 30-something-year-old men, but like our 60-year-old bodies flying through the air. And I was like, just watching them like get up and be like, oh no, I think that was my my meniscus. Like it's
someone
like,
did like a head tumble like onto their head. I was like,
literally. Oh, but it was so fun to watch.
They love their games.
They love their games. All right. Well, thank you guys for listening. It's time for us to get the heck out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Thanks again to Nate Smith as well as Tyler from Love is Blind. We'll be back on Tuesday to talk about Love is Blind episodes 4, 5, and 6. We got Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, Real Housewives of OC. Joey and Kelsey return, your favorite bachelor, maybe ever. Also on Dancing with the Stars. He's doing great things, and they join us as well. We'll see you then. Bye. Hey guys, if you loved what you listened to, make sure you hit that subscribe button below. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.